did one hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Think like Cowboys. Make say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a Bengal snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win.
Real talk, real takes, no filters. Coming to you from the YouTube streets, it's the Content Creator Tour of Duty with the OG of the streets and your host, Big Game James.
Look at that. Look at that. I got the real intro, dog. Look at that. Big Game James. You feel me? That's how I'm talking about.
Big
That's
Game
how I'm
James.
coming
Keep
in.
it real. Got a new shirt on. With the new shirt and the new cap.
Don't my shirt. You feel me? You feel me? I gotta come in fresh. I gotta match with the blue lens. You know what I'm saying? You got blue lenses. I got new shirts.
The blue shirt.
You hear me? I'm coming in like that. You know what I mean? But how's everybody doing? Big Game James. You know it's the BGJ show. My dog producer G. How we come in? We're excited because guess what? We're doing the tour of duty. I was just thinking last week. Man, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have all these guys on. I got to have a name for us, the Tour of Duty. And I love it because we started off with Landlord and Henny. They for real got the liquor store vibe. We had a great time on Monday. And then yesterday I came with the media darling and Jay Tuck. You feel me? He came with his, you know what I'm saying, thizzle like he always do. And then I said, you know, I got Boss and then I got Lou. But they good together. Feel me? Yeah. They nice together. So I can't. Together, you feel me? They nice together.
You can split us up, or you can just put us together.
Yeah, I would put you together because they just nice together. Because Boss like offensive lineman, he cool with them. He got the OC. Now he got Lou. He like offensive lineman, so they just vibe once together. You feel me? So
man,
I'm excited about that to happen.
It's like nachos.
I don't know what it's called, but
like, like a hamburger, like you know what I'm saying, you got to have some cheese with that meat, brother. That's what me, Lou, and the OC are, bro. You got to have offensive linemen with corners, bro. It's the new mix.
Well, hey, that's a great mix because I love it because y'all great together already. But you know what? Before we jump right into there, I want to give both of y'all flowers. We were talking about it, but I always, like to let everybody know how much I appreciate them, what they really doing in the streets, and how they really like I vibe with them. And this is like kind of the keep it real week. If I'm just keeping it 100, this is the keep it real week. So I got to have the keep it real crew on here. So first I want to talk to Lou first. You know what? How you play, you must podcast how you play because that's just how I feel. That's how it is. However, Lou went hard, knocking people over, running people over, going hard, you know what I'm saying? Just hard in the paint. That's how you podcast. And I just really appreciate it. If I was a quarterback, I want Lou on my team. You know what I'm saying? I want him blocking for me because Lou is number one team player. You go all out, and I just really like how you bring that kind of just rough side to it, that aggressive side to it, that I don't give a hell side to it. I just really like that about you, and I really appreciate about doing that offensive lineman mentality. I love listening to it, and like OC was out there really breaking down the offensive lineman. I really respect that because it teaches me more and more about the game. And so when I look and listen to you and what you have done on the offensive line and how you played the game, I always listen to it because it gives me more insight on how that position is played and how I can look at it in different ways instead of my own lens. So I appreciate you about that. Now, my dog, Boss Cowboys. I ain't going to talk too long about you because I go here about a whole hour talking about your ass. So I ain't going to talk too long about you, but you are my Malcolm X dog for real. And that's my highest esteem. You my Malcolm X. Damn. Because whenever Malcolm X talks, I listen. You feel me? Yeah. And that's what you are to me. Whenever you speak, I listen to you. I appreciate you. And you don't always go with the grain. And, there's a lot of hate in the streets, but I appreciate how you stand on what you believe. And doesn't matter how other people feel, you're going to stand on it and go hard with it. And I've
Just
always
like you, big
appreciated
bro.
that about you. And I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of vibe with you with that. And hey, well, you know how it is. I love that about both of y'all, and y'all just a great combo already. So I'm glad that you blessed the BGJ Producer G show, and we're going to talk some good football. So I just thank both of y'all right now.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the flowers. You a trailblazer. I'm gonna let you know. I remember before I even started this. I remember, you know what I'm saying, the final word, man. You know, you in a different,
That's
scene
coming
behind
back.
you.
That's
You know what
coming
I'm
back
saying? I
too.
can't wait. You know what I'm saying? But like keeping it real, hey, that fueled me because and I'm glad I met y'all before. I ain't gonna lie, before I got exposed to the rest of the community because it's easy to go down with some of the roles everybody else choose. It's harder to be yourself and actually, put on, and actually be real what we're gonna do, like, in the show today.
Yeah, in terms of flowers, man, shoot, we already know what it is, big. We can go. We know. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like we need people like you, man. And I'm
Yeah,
so glad you and producer G are back together.
facts.
If y'all have no idea, like Big Game James and producer G originally was one of the fastest growing podcasts and YouTubers in the space, hands down. And the first time I met Big as a fan. Swear to God, just supporting him. Like had no idea I was gonna do content at all. Wasn't even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was following Big and just admired you from afar. And so when you came to Dallas, it's crazy. You showed a picture one time where me and OC came out just to support you. Like we wasn't thinking
Right.
about like literally doing no content. It was just this dude is good. Him and producer G are putting a top notch product. They use chroma keys. They use all kind of like different. They just dope. Like it was y'all was already ahead. Like having that voice behind the scene with G, you being the face, but y'all working with low egos, and then your Facebook was popping, YouTube was popping. So yeah, I already know what's gonna happen just over time with y'all being back together. It's gonna have just another blow up because y'all really dope together. Like for real, y'all are shoot, bro. What's the best analogy I can say, man? Y'all basically Easy and Bone Thugs and Harmony, bro. Y'all Ice Cube with Easy. You know what I mean? It's
we
like certain things is great
we
when it's
we Eric
together.
we Eric being Rakim.
Eric being
Hey,
like 8 Ball and MJ, Pimp C and
You
Bun
feel
B.
me?
It's
Bun
certain
B.
things go together, dog. And that's
Right.
producer G and B.
Well, hey, we about to have a good time tonight. It's definitely talk some football because I know how y'all go hard daily, and I like to check in and out, just see how is y'all doing, and y'all go hard daily. But this is the question for both of y'all, so both of y'all can give the answer. Either one can answer it first. But I asked each one of the guys that I had on the show on Monday and Tuesday, Henny and Landlord, and then Tuck. I asked them this. We understand what the Cowboys offense brings to the table. We saw what it did last year, right? And you see pretty much everybody's coming back. There's not the big controversy of the George Pickens. He signed the tag. He said he's going to be here at camp. He's going to be moving forward. And you've seen pretty much everything is back. Clayton Adams, Clayton Riley, all those elements are back on the offense, right? So you were thinking, and everybody is one of the reasons why a lot of people are hyped at Dallas because that offense. Now, Christian Parker, he's the darling. Everybody's talking about him. He's going to make the difference, or he could be the difference. He's the up and coming. Now, we've seen what the Cowboys have done in the free agency, trades, draft, moves. Have they done enough going into camp? Have they done enough right now in your eyes to help this offense and to kind of take this team to another level? Tell me.
Um, okay. It depends on where you want the Dallas Cowboys to be. If your benchmark for them is low, then in your eyes you're gonna see it as low. But for me and where this team is, I expect Super Bowl contention, and I would say no, they have not done enough. And honestly, I will go even further that I at first I thought they did like a lot, but their mentality is this entire offseason, I've been against the grain. It's been actually piss poor. Just being honest with you. It's been a bunch of front loading or They almost had it here with Crosby, one player away, one pick away, or we shifted it to Kobe Dean. Oh, we have offered him the same amount of money, but he wanted to go play with his friend. Man, throw some extra stones in his pocket if you really care about the position. And then pivoting, I appreciate them getting Jalen Thompson. I appreciate them getting Gary, Malachi Lawrence, Caleb Downs, and everything like that. But in terms of building a contender, look, I'm just holding it to the Jerry words. Jerry got up there right before the draft and said, we're not going to have Pro Bowlers everywhere. You want to build a team that's good enough. So if you want to build a team that's good enough, I'm going to give you a score that's good enough. And right now, your offseason for the defense and for this whole team has been a C. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to change it to an A, add some more edges in here. We have too many questions going in here. And the thing I'm pissed about is that not enough people are bringing an alarm on it because we got a brand new DC. You know what I'm saying? And it's very rare that a brand new DC who just got the promotion comes in and hits the ground immediately running unless he has an overflow of talent. But here in Dallas land, he's now the prodigy. He's the chosen one, and we're asking him to come save us with mediocrity in certain areas. So in terms of contention, no.
So it's a couple of things been bubbling in my spirit. 2 words, man. Landlord, when he said certain, I want to feel certain. So it goes with your question. And it depends on what the question is. So if you say, did they do enough? If you said, did you do enough to be better on defense? Yes. If you wanted to be better than last place, you've done enough. But if you saying that, or if the question is, have you done enough to be certain that you're a contender and certain that you can contend for a Super Bowl? No, absolutely not. You can be also happy with the good things that we've done, but also realistic with the contention. And so that's the first word that's been bubbling in my spirit came from landlord, and that's certain and feeling certain. On offense, for the most part, I feel certain, except for running back 2. That's the issue that I've had with this team, because that might be the biggest need that we have, Big, especially as we get later on in the season and Williams has another year like he had where you put too much load on him and you don't really know what the backups are. I don't understand why we don't do the second word that I got from Vach, the show I just did with him, and that's team overkill. And with the running back room, it don't even cost that much to overkill it. Like, you could actually add competition to that room to have a degree of certainty, which what landlord said, that certainty word, right? Where I'm certain that we have enough bodies and enough vets that can come in here and take us all the way through December, because I don't believe we built this team to really lean on our real strength, and that's the offensive line. And so did we do enough? No. Like, we've done enough on the back end, yes. So safety, great upgrade. Corners, I would say we go see. Show me. I'm gonna go with my name on that. But better. Linebacker, I would definitely say is better, talent-wise, and I believe Dixon is going to help them. Your interior front, that's overkill. I love it. Quentin Clark, all of that, the depth that they have, chef's kiss. The edges, if everybody's being honest, no, question mark. So you didn't do enough.
Okay, so I want to ask Lou this question then, because I heard you say, and you said it as well just at the end, boss, with the edges. And I want to ask Lou this. What if some people say, okay, all right, you say about the edges, but you just mentioned Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. Quentin Williams is a pass rushing defensive tackle, and we heard that in this system with Christian Parker is going to be implementing this 3-4, he's going to get him in positions where he's going to be able to attack the quarterback, and we've seen pass rushing ability from Kenny Clark. What if people are saying, what about those two are adding to that? Doesn't that help this defense, that what you want and what you're trying to do, and they already have depth along that defensive line?
Yeah, and I gave that a chef's kiss. So, yes, that absolutely helps.
You gave it a chef kiss, but I ain't hear Luke give no chef kiss yet.
Yeah.
You're talking about if in terms of the pass rush, the D tackles, Quentin, yeah, like I think it's going to help. Like, I just view the game differently. Like, I think everybody is, they have this epiphany. Like, okay, they finally seeing that interior pressure is deadly. and it definitely can affect the quarterback. It is very much so. It makes the quarterback see ghosts because that's the fastest route to the quarterback. A gap, B gap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But here's the thing, though. Interior pressure does not happen as frequent as edge pressure. And I think that's where a lot of people don't, that's where it kind of misses. Like a D tackle, and ESPN did a great job of measuring this. When it comes to win rates, the best D tackle is like ranked number 16th in terms of win rates because it's just by alignment in the football field. You're naturally on an island versus D tackles. Okay, the slide can come your way, or the rules. We could do a lot more things to hinder you. And again, like you're the D tackle. I'm just viewing it as this, and it's simple. I'm never going to say I'm going to have better safeties to make up for my bad covering corners. Why, Lou? Because your best cover guys on the field should be your corners. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never going to say, in terms of my passing attack, I'm gonna just lean on just having a great tight end. No, Lou. Why? Because at the end of the day, the passing attack must come from the receivers. You may not have. You may have a Kelsey, but you're gonna need somebody alongside with him because at the end of the day, that's how you're gonna get off. That's how I feel about the edge room. Yeah, the D tackles can make up for in terms of pass rush, but let's not get this. And I'm a man of patterns. I'm gonna be honest with you, Big. Parker coming from Fangio.
Yep.
He was under Evero. Everyone wants to ignore this fact. They also got gangster ass D tackles. Yeah, they also got D tackles that can rush the passion. But guess what they've been fiending for the last couple of years? Edge. Seeing Adrian Evero just overpay for Jalen Phillips.
Yep.
Oh, that tells me that the edge is very important.
Right. To their system.
You know what I'm saying? And
because you keep hearing people say, let's be like Seattle.
Seattle is not our system.
That's not our system.
Right. I think we're gonna be just like the Panthers. I'm be honest.
I think we're gonna be like the Panthers.
I'm talking about 1-1. But we're coming from that Vic Fangio tree.
Right.
Fangio been trying to get it. How many times we gotta see the Eagles' name in big edges? Oh, Miles Garrett,
Crosby. They went after Parsons. They went after Miles Garrett. I'm just amen-ing you, bro. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I'm seeing I hear what people saying, but I'm just seeing a pattern. Why is all these DCs, the ones that are directly tied to us in terms of we may be like in terms of a defensive system, why are they focused on and making sure that they got to get this edge room right? Oh, because it's important to their scheme. Why is that? Oh, because we run a 2-high system. And when you hear Christian Parker talks about, he want to keep 5 DBs on the field. He want to stay in nickel. He want to have an advantage on the field. He talks about stopping a run with just 5 or 6. That means he want to have as less people in the box as possible. That means he want to rush with 4. Sometimes bring 5 a little bit, but that means he wants to get there with 4 or 5. So you need a gangster edge with that. I'm just being. You don't have to be on Crosby level, but give me a Kyrie level.
A closer, bro. You do need a closer. Montana asks, are edges winning the Super Bowl? Yes, they are.
They are.
Like if you go look at who won the Super Bowl when Eagles won the Super Bowl, Sweat is the one that really won that Super Bowl. It wasn't the interior guys too, the ones that they paid, Jordan Davis and Carter. It wasn't them. It was Sweat that had Mahomes running for his life. Yes. In that Super Bowl, Hurts did get MVP, but the person who closed that game out, hands down, was their edge.
And so defense, for sure, because it was third. That like the Eagles fans coming in our chat, y'all. They didn't get past the 50 until the third quarter. That defense was stifling. I don't know how they was up like 31-0. Like it was a they sacked Mahomes twice on one rep, and then they threw the pick. That's for the pick touchdown. Like so, and then why after in the Super Bowl party is Vic Fangio on the fall calling Jerry when we over here shopping Micah, like fresh off the Super Bowl? I'm just telling, look, y'all can believe what y'all want to believe, but I'm seeing their feet. That position if they can feel it, they're going to feel it every single time because it seems like it's vital to the system.
Yeah, and it is, because if you go lean on disguise, right? If you go lean on trying to give the opposing offense post-snap looks to cause confusion, you need somebody to get home. That's the key, especially when you recognize and understand that Vic Fangio's system is heavily relying on getting after you with 4. So that means that 4 got to be talented. This is not a Brian Flores type of system where we're going to be blitz heavy. We're not going to be a 0 blitz team where we're trying to scare quarterbacks and terrorize them with all kind of misdirection. We are a disguised team that we go rely on our back end, but we also need our front end to get home. That's why Lou is exactly right, and people need to pay attention to what he's saying, that the edge is not built the same across everybody across the league. Now, if we were Seattle, I would hear your point, but we're not Seattle. We come from a Vic Fangio tree, and that tree is relying on those 4 winning. And so I definitely agree with you also, Lou, that I see us being is like the Panthers. And see, the big thing, especially when you hear our fans, they highlight the trenches, right? Which we did, because we was saying respect One Tech last year, right? And for 2 years straight, we've been saying that. So we've been wanting the One Tech. Me and Big been talking about Jonathan Hankins, and now 4 or 5 years. Big, how long we been talking about One Tech? Like years, right? So we know we need
20 years. If we're keeping it real, we've been needing the D tackle. So we've
been beating that ground on that. So we agree with the fans on that. One Techs make a difference and 3 Techs make a difference. But I honestly believe that with the absence of Micah, and because we got so anti-Micah, it also made us, to me, anti-edge. And it's like, now I want my cereal with my milk. I never wanted Micah, but not a DT. I wanted Micah with DTs. Like, I wanted to see that.
Now it's even crazier. Now, what can you do? Now you actually have that defense where you feel like you can go in anywhere and beat anybody. That's where you feel, and I think that's where I'm at, where I talk about the team. Like, I'm not hating on the squad. Y'all made some good moves. Got to Jalen Thompson, spent a little bread on him. He's a good player. We know what you do in the draft, how you like to get those young players and kind of put them to the forefront. We know how you like to rely on the stars. You see the people that came in. You got the Rashawn Gary. We've seen you trade for that. You got Kobe Durant. We've seen that. But once again, I ask myself, are these guys the difference makers? Because that's what I've always talked about, boss. And now you, Lou, I've always talked about, these are good players, but are these the difference makers that you are bringing in free agency? So when I hear a lot of people saying Cowboys are moving different this year, you ain't heard Jerry, you ain't heard this, ain't been drama, they're moving different. They signed Jalen Thompson to this big contract. Okay. But when I see the players that they brought in, I've seen them bring in good, solid players. I've seen them do that before. And I've seen them say, oh, this is a pretty good draft. And then I seen them say, well, we got our guys. But I also seen them say, well, we got these coaches. Y'all better coach your ass off. And I feel like that's what's happening once again, where y'all better coach your ass off, because we ain't going all the way out there, because you flirted with Matt Crosby. You know what I'm saying? You flirt with Jordan Brooks. They say, oh, Dallas made offers. But do they make the real offers? Because these other teams are like, man, y'all ain't really spending no money, so we ain't paying you no mind. You went to the Raiders or Las Vegas, wherever the hell, and said, Max Crosby, first and Osa, first and third. They said, man, you already told you what it was. This is what the hell we want. If you ain't doing that, bye. And that's what Dallas does. They play, they flirt, and then they come back in the media. We tried.
Yeah,
exactly.
We tried. And almost so that our fans, we appease. Hey, don't be yelling at Dallas. They tried.
Oh, big. And see, what to me,
I'm not hating. I'm just saying
it's real. And see, this the deal, bro. I give Dallas credit for playing in free agency in a way that they haven't played in a while. They made 3 strong proposals for Max. Mm-hmm. The problem to me, Lou, and producer G and chat, is you could tell we're rusty in free agency. Free agency is the place you come in to get your guy and overspend. If you're trying to get the just right deal, get out. It's not the place you get the bargain. See, we so used to bargaining that we don't know that when you play in these waters, it's about outbidding the next guy, period. You got to be willing to pay more if you go swim in these waters. And Dallas.
How can you say that about Jerry, though, boss, when you already know he's the one that spent two firsts on Joey Galloway's and first and thirds on Roy Williams, so he know about throwing money. He know about throwing first-round draft picks. So I don't believe that.
Well, it's not Jerry, and we know it ain't Jerry, because this is not the gambler Jerry. This is more so the shadow of Jerry, which is Steven. you know. So we seeing, you know, somebody that's a wise guy called them baby nuts, you know, at some point, you know, some guy who really knows football,
I don't know who that is. That's crazy.
Well,
That's
you know,
crazy.
but I'm gonna tell you what this guy was saying and what he meant by baby nuts is that he doesn't have that all-in instinct like Jerry. He doesn't, you know. So Jerry, the gambler, which is also wild because our fans have now almost developed a mentality of Steven. So when you hear us saying that let's get better at the edge, I see a lot of people in the chat say, well, you don't believe in the edge room. First of all, I don't. Because I look at patterns like Lou say, if you go look at what happens with most rookie edges, they don't do nothing, y'all. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. The truth is I looked at over 70 of them. I went back over like 15 years, brother. I did a whole Excel breakdown. The average first round edge is going to get you at best 4 sacks, 3 to 4 sacks, y'all. So, no, I don't believe in that. I don't. And I don't believe in Donovan Ezeraku year 2. I don't. Because I see them hit their gains in year 3, dog. So, I got to see, this is a keep it real day as we getting ready to go into training camp. No, I don't believe in that. What I believe in is what me and Big came up on. You know what me and Big came up on? We came up on a man who looked in the camera and said, Dion, I know you listening. I want you. See, we came up to that. See, some of y'all ain't used to that. So when we start aiming high, y'all thinking we just duking on everybody. Nah, we trying to be certain. We trying to go for overkill. Dion was overkill. Charles Haley was overkill. So guess what? Me and Big, when we was living that, we was certain. Wasn't we, Big? Wasn't you certain in the 90s? Wasn't you over here like, who can beat Dallas? Look how they stacked. They had no corners.
There was no, if there was a player out there back in that day with the gambler and Dallas wanted them or somebody was threatening to take them, Jerry was already jumping in there like, I'm going to get him before you because you ain't going to have him because I want to win and I want to beat you. And now it's just like, you know, conservative. I mean, you know, we'll jump out there when, you know, we'll jump. But we ain't gonna jump. We ain't gonna go all the way in.
See, we got fans that'll say,
see if we can get you.
We got fans now big that'll say, we don't need Dion. We got Kevin Smith. We got Larry Brown. Right. That's what we have now. Why y'all? Who you want? Who you want? Why you being so greedy, boss? Come on, Big. Why you being?
I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start grading the Cowboys in the offseason, and y'all gonna feel me on this. I'm gonna start grading them how serious they are on filling positions by they pivot.
What you mean?
So when they plan A don't work, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to pivot from level 30 to level 2? Or are you going to pivot from level 30 to level 25?
Yeah.
When last year with wide receiver 2, they went in, they was aiming forward in the draft. What was the pivot? It was George Pickens. What was the pivot from Crosby? I'm not even going to say it was Gary. You know what I'm saying? Let's view Gary. That's going to bring it in. The pivot from Crosby, to me, is Malachi Lawrence. So you went from a for sure Pro Bowler, to a questionable rookie.
Yeah,
that you wouldn't even. I'm gonna keep it real. You weren't even confident in taking him. See, everybody gonna forget that. I put it in my. I put it on Front Street in my video. Yeah, I remember you was trying to get out of the first round and take Malachi Lawrence. Let's not let everybody else can have amnesia on that. They traded down once. They bamboozled McCarthy and them, and they was trying to trade down again and trying to get him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? So the way your actions was proving to me, it was more like, well, we can't go down no more. We'll take him right here. You know what I'm saying? So your pivot is gonna really say a lot about how good you are, in my opinion.
Well, you know, that's funny that y'all are saying that because, you know, before we get into these training camp, because I got this thing that we talked about, it's going to be a breakout or breakdown. And you've already mentioned a couple players, and it's going to be very interesting conversation, especially what Boss said about Ezeraku, because I already have feelings. I had these feelings about Deron Bland. Them feelings were right. And you asked Boss that. I had them feelings way back then. I was like, he good, but I don't know. And guess what? Them feelings were true. So I'm starting to feel them things about Ezeraku. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm not hating on no daggone Ezeraku. I want y'all to understand that. I promise you I'm not. But I have feelings. Them feelings, boss. I have them feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you before we jump into these players, is there a pressure cooker right now for Shotty? Because I've already been saying this, and I brought this up because I just heard it in the streets where Brian Broaddus said, Schottenheimer, he ain't no difference maker. So I already was making a few videos like, you know what, the fire gonna be on Shotty if this season don't go the way you want it to go. I felt like you got to get 10 wins in this season. You got to get 10 wins in this season. You got to make these playoffs, and you got to make some noise, because I think you even said it yourself, boss, when the season was first starting with Shotty, he talked good. It sound good. You know, I started hearing people saying he sound good, but you better be getting wins. So to me, you got grace because maybe the turbulence, the bad defense, and some things that really happened this season we know about Marshawn Nealon. But going into year 2, y'all, where do you feel like Shotty's at in this pressure on him get to the playoffs, make the playoffs, do some things in the playoffs? Or does he get another kind of year of grace if they kind of don't take it to the next level?
It's massive pressure on him. He gotta at least make the playoffs. He got a 4-year contract. He gonna be going into year 3, bro. You don't want to be going into year 3 and ain't made the playoffs 3 consecutive years in Dallas. All the loving and then the changing of the culture. We are Dallas Cowboy fans, big. What are we gonna really do if we have 3 years of not making the playoffs? We go turn on him, bro.
All right. Keep talking.
We go turn on big. We go turn on them, bro. You already know.
I've been making the videos and saying that the Cowboys fans gonna turn on him. They not gonna listen to that, bro.
They ain't gonna listen to that.
They gonna be hearing that.
They ain't gonna hear that.
If you come in and say, they're gonna be like, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that, dog. You ain't doing nothing.
It's pressure on him. Yeah.
Plus pressure. Go ahead.
Plus now you truly got your fingerprints on a lot of decisions. See, last year, I'm going to give him a mulligan because Jerry clearly came, and if you don't know what a mulligan is, people that's listening, that's when you get a do-over in golf, right? So I'm going to give him a do-over because he didn't have his fingerprints on Matt Eberflus. Jerry said, I made that hire. And so when I look at what Brian did, his side of the ball and his hires, they were young. They were strangers. So he looked at the resumes. He didn't look at relationships. So then this year he did the same thing. He picked qualified strangers, just like he did on offense. He picked guys that had reputations around the league and good names. He didn't go with guys that was his golf buddies, right? So I see a degree of merit that's going to make us better, but it still got to work. It still got to work, or it's not gonna even come from us. It's gonna come from like massive mainstream media. They go pour gas all on him. Like even if he turning it around, it's Dallas. They go fuel a whole lot of just division on his name. So it's massive pressure on Shotty this year.
Damn. What's up, Blue? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. Look, man, for me, if barring any injury to Dak, I think that's your only way out, honestly. But even then, like I would still be like, you know what I'm saying? I am willing to forgive you for last year because of everything that's happened. But to be honest, I'm gonna view it differently. I ain't like Shotty. They've done a lot for you. I'm gonna be honest with you to even make themselves look right. If for you to be an offensive coach and comparing to what they gave you offensively to what they did to the predecessor and Mike McCarthy. Well, this ain't even close. I'm just being honest with you. Even if you lose a Dak, you know what I'm saying? Like if they turn on Mike McCarthy for 3, 12, and 5 seasons and forget it and talk about them teams weren't nothing, well, I'm going to hold Cowboy Nation and call each one of them fake if we go out here and don't even make it to the playoffs again.
Because Lou, we did look at our nose at 3, 12, and 5s. We did,
and they still doing. I'm seeing videos.
People still hate on Mike McCarthy, like he didn't accomplish anything. Like I get it. I get them 3 years. Some things should have happened. I totally feel that, but you can't just throw away them 12 and 5 seasons. Especially this is what I brought to, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Lou, but I want y'all to hear this kind of thing. So when Mike McCarthy came in his first year, 2020, right? Had the COVID, we understand it, but you brought a new defensive coordinator and you brought your guy in, right? And when you brought your guy in, it wasn't Shotty's guy, but he was brought in. It was kind of old school brought in, and it crashed and burned. One of the worst ever. Eberflus, one of the worst ever. Crash and burn. But what happened with the next year? 12 and 5. Then after that, 12-5. And after that, 12-5. So I don't know why Shada shouldn't get any grace. And I like it, Libra game. But it don't matter how much I like it in Libra game if you ain't winning. So if he made that flip from 6-10 to 12-5 all them seasons, there should be no excuses of why you ain't getting 10 wins with this Super Bowl offense that everybody talking about. You got the whispering Christian Parker. You got the defense is better than last year. I agree with y'all where there's lacking, but it is better than last year. So to me, barring any major injuries, there is no excuses. And I've already made these few videos to say, you don't win this year, you don't get to the playoffs, you're going to get turned on so quickly. Yeah. Nobody's going to be listening. They're going to be calling you Jason Garrett and be calling you all kind of names. And they're not going to be listening because that's the last time you had 3 straight losing seasons was with the Jason Garrett era. So you can't fall right into that again because nobody's going to listen to you, especially you've been in the league for 20-something years. You've been an offensive coordinator a lot of places. So you just like you said, Lou, you've been graced with a lot of things. There is no excuses for me for Schottenheimer. He's in the frying pan right now as far as you got to. And the NFC East is going to be better. That's not this. The East ain't going to be terrible like it's been before. The East is going to be better. And you start out with 2 East games. So that's my kind of thoughts on that with the Schottenheimer thing. I think there's hella pressure. And Tuck brought up something. I want to get y'all's quick thoughts on that before we talk about some of these battles out here. Tuck says something out there. Let's say it is bad. And I don't want it to be bad. First of all, y'all in these chat, whatever. Shout out to the chat and everybody. I don't want it to be bad, y'all. I'm not wishing it for it to be bad, but it's reality. You never know. But he brought out a name, and they said, what? When he brought up some Mike Tomlin, and then he said Christian Parker with Mike Tomlin. If Brian Schottenheimer failed, I said, oh, man, dog, don't ever get me thinking like that, dog. Don't make me feel that way. Don't get me thinking like that because, bruh, you don't win this year. And that man in the booth, bro, there's going to be a lot of talk.
Yeah, that's a dream, and I love Tuck, but I think I've observed the Cowboys enough to know that they want the broken coaches.
They ain't gonna interview Mike Tomlin. I'm just being honest with you.
Nah, his name is good. Like they like you kind of,
begging for a job.
Yeah, they want you wounded. They want you trying to rebuild your career,
or you gotta be their guy.
You feel like okay.
It's one of those. So it's like this is why I was fighting the hell out of Bobby Belt when he was over here. Like, what's the Gannon?
Gannon, yes, boy.
Oh my God, I hated the thought of Gannon.
And then talking about he was number 1, and then we should. Be
I was like,
you mean the Mincy of Eberflus?
Yes.
Like, are we goofy?
Yeah, we talk about Eberflus too. Okay, we talk about the same guy who punched his.
We wouldn't be doing this show right now if they hired Gannon.
Because you'd be out. I promise you.
Big. It was a push for Gannon, bro. It was a push. See, I remember the ranks. See, Lou, do you remember those ranks?
Yes, man. Yes.
The ranks was not Christian Parker at the top, and what's my boy that from Minnesota?
They went to Ronta. It was Jim.
It was Jim. Jim was number 1 on these boys, and then Gannon was number 2 or number 1 on these boys' lists. And I was like, wait, what? No.
And we have direct quotes saying they didn't even want to interview Flores. Like,
See, that's a whole nother thing.
I'm just saying, look, their actions, I love.
They like them broken coaches, bro.
Because I feel like if we give her a shot, what's a name I'm scared of, and they slowly grooming him, and I'm paying. I play. Yes,
I beat you to it,
Jason. You think I don't see you over in Oklahoma?
Man, they grooming with.
I don't see you in Oklahoma.
Man, I see them grooming him, bro.
I've already been talking. You know what? I don't want to speak that no evil like that. So just stop talking about
what
that.
You mean? We got to say it now, bro.
I don't want no evil spoke about that because that's evil. That's
what
evilness.
You mean?
That's evilness. I don't want that. I don't. That's why I say that's evilness. I don't want nothing like. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Keep that away because I already seen all that in motion. How we can't just bring you right in, even though we want to. We can't just bring you in because too many people talk. So you go over there and get some seasoning. You go over there and then get some seasoning. And then when you come over here, they said, well, he coached over here.
He coached at Oklahoma.
He coached at high school. He won championship.
It just wasn't high school.
Then he went over to Oklahoma.
Let's remember why Mike McCarthy allegedly got up from the table, bro. He was negotiating his contract with Jerry, and they got to talking about it, according to people reports. Jay reported on this, right? Jay Slay. Bro, how you sit up here talking about me and say, also, we want to put Witten under you? The fan had me crying laughing because Sean and RJ, they was finna come out with some shirts and it was gonna be called Witten in Waiting. Ooh, like he basically, like, if we would have hired Witten, it would have already been understood that Mike McCarthy was just waiting to get fired. You know what I'm saying? And we was gonna do that. It's like, no.
I mean, they did it before. If you look at it with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the coach in waiting. That's why he was one of the highest paid offensive assistants. I mean, and I feel like that's what caused friction, and that's why you can't have that, because you don't want that. What coach wants to bring on a guy that know that this is eventually going to have my job? Like, bro, like how? And we understand it. When you play the game of football, we understand when you're getting drafted. We understand that, but I feel like the coach is a little different. That dynamic is different than a player. Right. I don't feel like you should hire a coach and you already he's going to be the next coach. Where does the players respect the head coach, dog? Like, where does he really have? No, that dynamic is a bad dynamic, and it caused a fraction and a fiction when Dallas had it with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. It did. It caused it, and I feel like those were some of the reasons why things were going on with that. So
Mike McCarthy allegedly got up from the table, big. Okay, I've had enough. I'd rather go take my chances with no job than to have Witten under me and to go through that circus. Nah, bro.
After that would be a nightmare, bro. The audacity for you to even bring it up after you had me as a lame duck and you put that team under me. You withheld resources. You brought in, you drafted a developmental as left tackle. You gave that to me and told me to go compete. Yeah. Then when injuries happen, you just signing guys off the street. You think I forgot that? That's why it's one of my favorite defenses. I'm being honest with you. That Zimmer defense, because we was down there running with the number 6 corner, the number 7 edge, and they was still competing. You know what I'm saying? And that's real coaching. So the audacity for them to do that. That's why going back just briefly with Brian, dog. Compared to what the coaches had before you, bro, they are giving you, just being honest, you don't have everything that you have, but if you really look at it with all that Mike was able to work with, bro, Micah he was a draft pick. It could have easily not worked out. If Micah didn't hit, who is the playmakers on that defense? You know what I'm saying? Like,
your D different.
Exactly. Ooh. Your D's completely different. You know what I'm saying? That was the risk. And then when it did hit, Dan Quinn was asking for a little bit more in a linebacker.
Just a little bit. You got to elaborate on a little bit.
Just a little bit. He just needed
more than Bobby Wagner, who was the same price as LVE. They was the same price at $5 million, and he didn't get it.
He didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand under you, they took away Micah, but they also broke a damn rule and bringing in Quinn Williams, which is somebody we needed with that regime, or just somebody on like half of what Quentin was. You know what I'm saying?
They had to bring in Quentin Williams, in my opinion, dog, because in my opinion, when they got them 2 first and Kenny Clark, I said it from here to the Himalayas. It's good, but that's Michael Parsons. That's Michael Parsons, a young Michael Parsons. I need more. So a Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark in 2 first, that makes more sense for a Michael Parsons, dog. Because people done soured, and I'm really tired of the hate, because I get it. But dog, you had one of the worst defenses ever in 2020. You drafted him and had one of the best defenses in those 3 years with him, and you had good players, but he made everybody else better because that when you get that elite edge, it changes everything. I love that elite defensive tackle. But you got that defensive tackle when you got that elite edge with him, and you're allowed to do it. You can have it.
You can have both.
It's not against the rules to do it. It's not against the rules to do it. You can actually go out there and just do it and say, F it. We're going to just go out here because guess what? When I see the Rams do it, they already trust their kind of scouting department because they know that, guess what? We're probably going to be drafting these third and fourth rounders. So we're going to trust our scouting department and they're going to really draft good players in those mid rounds because if you see their drafting, when they make those big trades or where they go for the gusto, get rid of those first rounders and second rounders, them third and fourth rounders are damn good when they pick them up. Yes. They know what they're doing. So there's trust. There's trust in all that department, and that's why they can go for it. And I feel like that's where they're lacking in Dallas. Must be some kind of less trust going on because you had the opportunity. You have a George Pickens. Your offense is right where you want it. You got a Quentin Williams. There'll be nothing wrong with adding one of those elite edges. It's cool you got some guys, but why not get the guy? And you're still okay. You would still be okay. You could sign and still functionally make it even with the cap. You might have to roll your sleeves up a little bit, but are you trying to win Super Bowls? And that's where I say, okay, that's cool. It's good, but is it good enough? And you still putting on the onus on these coaches and everything. Yeah, you coaches, y'all better coach your ass off because it seems like the Dallas Cowboys are never going to just take that next move, and you coaches are just going to have to coach your ass off as we go into 2026 again. It's on some of these it's on these coaches, dog. And you best believe, Christian Parker, you better come in kicking ass.
Hey, real quick, my brother say Micah didn't make the DTs play better. Yes, he did.
Yes,
but
man,
also played. Crazy. Yeah, and see, y'all got to really go live.
Bro, Osa's rookie season, we were all like, that's what I'm talking about with Osa.
That was because of Micah, dog.
That was because of Micah, dog.
It was.
Because Dan knew what to do with him. He made him his chess piece.
Dan and Zimmer knew how. Yeah, exactly.
They knew how to work him.
That was the key. Is
you seen when Zimmer, Grandpa Zimmer? Yes,
man.
Go ahead.
No.
Please, I'm saying Grandpa Zimmer. Grandpa Zimmer came in and. Hey, I didn't hate on Grandpa Zimmer being the defensive coordinator because I knew how damn good he is. And he got a chess piece like Micah. When Micah came back from injuries, it was one of the best defenses in the league the last 8 weeks of the season. And it was most sacks, pressure rates, everything. Because that man came back and Zimmer knew what to do with him. He knew how to work him and make that defense better. So y'all can say what you want and with the run and all that. Y'all can say what y'all want, dog. But I don't give a hell. Micah was a dog. And he made that defense better. And I'd like to have somebody else with that because what's wrong with having Quentin Williams and a Michael Parsons? What's wrong with that?
Key, bro. That would have been so dope. Oh.
Dog, you know how much bro.
We would have.
Now I'm talking.
I would have said we were going undefeated. I would have said and big. You would have hated me because I would have said we going undefeated, bro.
If we would have Michael Parsons and Quentin Williams and let's say Kenny, what? Yes, I would. I took a
undefeated, dog.
I took a sip.
We could put any corn out there, bro.
I took a sip.
I would have took a big
sip. I swear to God,
I would have been annoying,
I thought you would do that big. Well, I lied.
Well, check this out. I do. Big, I want to say something back on coaching though, and this is with you in mind, brother. I do believe Brian Schottenheimer is the most ideal for Jerry.
Yes,
I do believe that, because Jerry wants to co-coach, so you got to have a guy that can finesse and hold his backbone at the same time. Because as long as Jerry's in the picture, he's gonna want to have some loud say on the team. He's not a standoffish leader. He's not that leader that, hey, I hired you to do it. No, that's not him. He go sit at the table with you. He go playing with you. He go be when they was going through the defensive coaches, Jerry was in there, dog. And Shotty said, I was so impressed how Jerry and Steven rolled up their sleeves. It's like, y'all just can you beat it? But they hands on like that. So Big has always been saying that Shotty has a special connection with Jerry, like for real, and you can see it. And like based on the dynamics of the Cowboys, I wouldn't want too many people, Shotty or Mike McCarthy. You got to be able to work the media. You have to be able to finesse Jerry and them. If you too hard like a Tomlin, you gonna have a short life.
Because they're gonna withhold it for you. They're gonna go out there, do less with more. They're gonna go behind your back, you know what I'm saying? Trading for Trey Lance.
They gonna get Trey Lance, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like right up under your nose, and then tell you better air it out. Then we're gonna have a plan right after we play the Lions game, right? And we were already injured, and then Mike McCarthy coming to the thing and said, well, we originally planned, as we, I sit down and have meetings with Jerry and Steven every week, and we planned to air it out, and it didn't work. What you mean they sitting down in the meetings? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so like,
and the other one, we in the personnel meetings every week. What? Why y'all in the personnel meeting? Damn.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just the way it goes, and that's the way it is. And I'll just say this: I think Shotty is very good for the team because the culture, what he brings. I believe, how he can get the players molded together. I feel like he listens. I feel like the players like that. I like the atmosphere he brings, but none of that matters if you don't win. And what I'm looking at is you're a good coach. You're a pretty good coach, but I need you to have some defining wins this season because you lost some games that you shouldn't have against some coaches you shouldn't have. And I got 2 games in particular I want to see how you really coach against. When you go against Shanahan this year, I want to see how you coach against him. And when you go against McVay this year, those are 2 games I'm watching how you coach. Ooh. And I want to see how you coach these teams against these elite type coaches. And if you don't really measure to the mark against them, I'm going to have real doubts about you. Because that's just what it is. I don't care. Like I said, I can scream Libra Gang all I want. You can talk all good to me, and I can feel you, dog. But that don't matter shit if you're not beating those couple of coaches, or you're not winning those type of games that you need to as a coach. And you're going to have to make some good coaching decisions this year. I said it before. Red zone, you got to score touchdowns. When you need to get out of that mentality that you got that field goal kicker and he can kick 64-yarders, that's all good. But you need touchdowns with this offense. You got to be above the ranked 15th, 16th in the league. You got to be in the top 10. Those things. You can't have red zone penalties. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to tighten up those little things. And I think you are monitoring the offense a little more than the whole team. I think me and Tuck talked about that. I think even Landlord said it. You got to be the coach. He said he was moving over to the defense and looking at other things. That's what you have to do. You have to manage the whole team and not just worry about this offense. You got to get this whole team together, and I want to see it in 2026.
You're right. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the one thing I criticize Shotty for. Like, you now overseeing that was, you know what I'm saying? We can criticize McCarthy all he wants, but a delegator, you don't know how to delegate. So when you left the offense and went to the defense, offense falls off a cliff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm paying attention to stuff,
and
like that.
Did happen.
It fell off a cliff.
It
you know
did.
What I'm saying? With all the arsenal at your disposal.
And can I slow you down just a little bit? Who likely was in command of that?
You talking about you talking about when he was gone?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
let's say it.
Clay.
Man, keep it real, Dave, bro. Yes,
I'm gonna be okay. Can I say something?
Because I want to go back and forth on this, bro.
He's getting all of this
praise,
but he ain't called no offense yet.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Say it, Lou, with your chest.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Say it.
He's a run game coordinator.
Say it. Go on, let it out.
He's a run game.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it out.
With you, man.
Hey, man, let's go say it. Man, no. Listen, man. Like, he a little raw, y'all.
I'm being honest. Hey,
he a little raw. See, because I pay attention, bro. See, I heard.
You think he's even raw in year 2 with everything that happened last year? You don't think he's taking the next step up?
This is where Clayton is super dope, unarguably. Running game coordinator.
Running game coordinator.
Unarguably, we can't. But in terms of OC, oh man, he raw in his chicken. I'm finna put on the grill, bro. I swear I got some chicken, bro. Boy, I been marinating, man. But man, he raw in that chicken, bro. I see, and because I heard Shotty say something this year, bro.
So we cooked. So somebody in the comments says, so are we just saying that we cooked already? Is that what?
No, man. Oh Lord, Jesus, man. If you hearing that, Lord, no,
y'all gotta. We're not arguing in extremes, bro. We just being realistic.
Hold on.
Tone down your hundreds. Bring it down to about
so listen, bro. Man. Listen. I this is the best way I can explain it. this is grown. When you really trying to win a championship, you gotta hone in on those. You gotta hone in on those areas that are risky, y'all. Like you gotta hone in on those areas that could take you out. Like Vach talked about this, and he said Scott talked about this. It's basically looking under every rock, bro. That's what we doing, bro. Like if y'all want to come in and hear, hey, Dak is great, and Pickens is great, and CeeDee Lamb is great, and Tyler Smith is great, and Cooper Beebe is great, and Williams is great, bro. We know that, bro. We already know that. If I listed all them and said how great they was, everybody would agree with that. What we trying to say is what other things are not as good as those great guys that could also hurt us, bro. And what we go do about it? What's in the coach's way? And what's really going on with the coaches? So, like, if we talking about Clayton Adams and we hearing all these pom-poms and stuff, let's get down to the real reality of Clayton. Clayton has never called plays, y'all.
He's ever,
dog.
That's why that's what surprised me in him getting head coaching nods. You ain't called plays.
He ain't never called plays, dog.
Your promotion is play calling.
Yeah, right. You got
your promotion.
And see,
that's your next step.
Shotty said this about him. He said last year he couldn't really draw up the passing game.
See, no.
But this year he doing it, which means he put that extra
working
tool set in his bag. But that means he's still raw. Come on now. If you the first time drawing up schemes on the offense, you had to put that in your bag in the offseason. Thank you for putting that in there, but that also still screams that you're raw chicken, brother.
Yeah, like you look like that's crazy. You couldn't draw up, you couldn't get nothing going in the passing game with CeeDee Lamb and Pickens.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, man,
so and then I heard Shotty say, I mean, we getting on Clayton, but it's where we're being honest. Like some people go, hey, Clayton, he the next great, he should be. No, Lou is right. When Shotty left to go help Eberflus, the offense said, which means that Shotty was likely holding the offense up, y'all. Come on now.
And then we play Arizona. When that Arizona week? Because around this time was happening it was early in the season. We got through playing Denver. Then we laid like a egg on offense versus I think Arizona was like soon after that, right? Am I tripping?
I think it was Denver, bro. I think that's the game that but Eberflus had to help. No, that Shotty had to help Eberflus. I think that's when the delegating started.
Yeah,
don't hold me to that though, but I think it was them.
But the point is, like, you need to become a better overseer. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Shotty, you need to become a better OC. See, everybody else gonna palm you up.
Wait,
that offense was shit last year. I'm gonna be honest with you. To the standards I was holding you at, in terms of execution, it was fucking horrible.
So you saying the offense is terrible? Come on, dog. Dallas was
he's
averaged 27 points a game. They averaged 391 yards a game. Hold up.
Yeah.
You had 2,000-yard receivers. You had a 1,200-yard rusher. I'm not gonna feel you on that one, dog. I'm not gonna feel you now. I ain't
jumping my pushback
about that offense, but you gonna get to get some pushback because I'm not gonna feel you on that one because that offense was damn good. Now, did it bog down a few games? Which I said it does. Yeah. I said in critical games and in certain times when you need it the most.
And red zone
offense to be explosive, and then when you need it the most, it bogs down. Like in critical
especially
games,
in red zone,
like in Bears. You feel me? Panthers. Those you need the touchdowns. You getting field goals. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say it bogged down. But I can't just say the offense is trash. I'm not going to do no.
I'm being a little hyperbolic when I'm saying it. But I do want it to steam though. You know what I'm saying? Because it does not live up to my eyes. So for one, all those numbers, it was great.
Lou won 40 a game.
Yeah, but no, it's not even that. I'm off. But at the same time, let's not act like you was getting extra possessions because that defense was just historically bad. It's a stat I saw on Football Reference. We as a defense is another. Let's bash Eberflus. We had the shortest amount of time in terms of opposing offenses to score. So not only was offensive scoring on us, they were scoring quickly on us. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just giving up. They'll come in and they come carving it up. So that gave you extra possessions. Not saying, but I'm just saying, like, you weren't perfect in terms of execution. Like, I'm sorry. I don't even blame you. Like, it's your first year. Why was our goal line offense that bad? You got Booker, BB, and Tyler Smith and a big back of Javonte Williams, and you got an X receiver and George Pickens. In no world should you be middle of the pack, like nowhere near the middle of the pack in terms of a goal line offense. I'm holding you to higher standards. Just being honest with you, know what I'm saying. But they did overachieve, but it was not perfect. And then, like, once Javonte went down, we saw the really ugliness of this offense. Really, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what my describe. Like, what is the plan when? Because we already know RB2. You know, they over here effing around with it. What if we really don't have any plan for RB2? So the offense got to just go completely off the rails now. Like when McCarthy was here, he had a pivot plan. If he didn't have a run game, we finna West Coast to death. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just being honest. Like the offense was far, and I do mean far from the potential of what we had. Let's not act like our expectations ain't higher than even what Andy Reid is doing. We are loaded on offense. This is why I'm really pissed we ain't got shit on defense. We loaded on offense. So yeah, my expectations is to the moon.
Yeah, that's our expectation. I ain't mad at that. I wanted to highlight a comment real quick, Big, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead. He going ham.
My brother Quinn,
Cowboy Optimist.
Nah, I'm cool with him. His name is Optimist, so he won't Kool-Aid, and that's fine, bro. Fan how you fan.
A whole bunch, but a lot of sugar.
I mean, you know, we don't do Kool-Aid over here unless it's measured. Just to be honest. Mm-hmm. So Quinn Jr. Bree 0622 said, it's just the fact that I don't think Jerry's going to make any more moves. So that means we running with what we got. And y'all saying it's not enough. I want to really just kind of highlight that sometimes, bro, our best moves has happened at the trade deadline. So we should be still talking if we feel like we can improve. When did y'all get Amari Cooper? You didn't get him before training camp. You got him at the trade deadline. When did we get Jonathan Hankins? We got him at the trade deadline. When did we get Quentin Williams? We got him at the trade deadline. So you saying it's a fact that Jerry ain't making no more moves? No, Jerry does make moves sometimes before the trade deadline. Usually, though, that happens when it gets drastic. When it gets drastic. So, like, I know sometimes y'all hear us talking about areas to where we can be better or where we want more. No, it's still worthy of a conversation, because if it's not working, like receiver by committee, did that work?
Did you know it wasn't going to work?
I did. I said it loud that it wasn't going to work. Like you can't go get rid of Dez and go give him a bunch of number 3s and number 4s and say we go beat you.
We don't have to see the ad.
And he's still new. And he's still new in the
season. And he was still new. Yeah.
He was still young.
Yeah, so that was a bad plan. So for everybody who spoke loud against it, I did, Big did. Did you? Or was you an optimist? Was you that person that's, I believe in this. I believe that Dak is going to beat with timing. Okay. And what happened? He needed talent. So we end up getting the talent at the trade deadline. So having these discussions is always worthy of it, because guess what? If an edge jump out there and surprise everybody and be a 10, 12 sack guy, we go gladly eat crow. But if they come out there and they struggling, we need to be talking about, hey, we need somebody else to take us over. Ain't nothing wrong with that talk.
Well, I know one thing. I ain't worried about eating no damn crow, because I'm just saying, hey, what I've seen from this front line, or these guys that are the guys that are attacking the defense, I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's bad, but you got to go on this production of what you've seen. If you're talking about the guys that you have pass rushing, you have Rashawn Gary. In his career, the highest has been 9 sacks. He's a 7 to 9 sack guy. You know, more high end around the 7. He's going to get you about maybe 40, 50 times. He's going to do those type of things. He's going to help in the run game. But you don't see him really getting those elite sacks. He's not the sack artist. We're talking about guys who are elite that can really get after the quarterback. You're hoping as a Raku, we're going to talk about the breakthrough or the breakdown. But you're hoping as a Raku, solid rookie year, didn't really measure in the sacks, but had pretty much all-around season that was good. But he's coming off a hip injury. He is unknown. Just like you mentioned, boss, with Malachi Lawrence. Yes, he was drafted in the first round. Yes, he has talent. Yes, he has physical talent. But as I said before, he's a rookie. And when I always say you want to get a guy who's vested and you already know what he has and what you are bringing to the table when you bring him in, because he's got 4 or 5 years of production. When you're bringing a rookie in from the college level to the NFL level, you do not know. So as much potential that player looks like and how he can, it is a crapshoot because he could be a 100% bust or he could be a big time guy, but you don't know that. You're taking that chance, right? And you're
That's
coming
right.
in with guys that you are unknown. Sam Williams hasn't done anything. We're not hating, but this is the truth. Sam Williams has
Yeah.
not really done
Reality.
anything in his opportunities to play in the game. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you
Yeah.
have a lot of unknown that you are using to be your main focus as your pass rushing. So all I'm saying is that's when you go back. Did they do enough? Because you got a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns, and so let's
I
just
put it
jump
like
right into
this:
this.
if
Go ahead.
they got Sweat, Thibodeau, Crosby, Von Miller, I would say let's play ball, let's rock. But until you handle a closer,
I'm not gonna believe, man.
I'm not believing until I see it, bro. I'm gonna be
Until I see
down
it.
Thomas, bro. Just I ain't ashamed to say that, bro. You gotta show me, bro. That's why I've changed my name. I took Cowboy off my name.
I've seen that. Show me.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Well, we're gonna see. So now, as we come into camp, it's right around the corner, fellas. It's gonna be a lot of interesting battles, right? You know, a lot of people. My eyes are gonna be on Christian Parker. A lot of people's eyes are, but you know, I got this little game I'm kind of gonna play, and there's gonna be important players on this team that I feel like they have to make a difference. I think this year, I think they have to be able to take the next step for this team to continue to take the next step and want to go to the next level. So it's gonna be like breakthrough or break down. So this guy's going to break through. He's going to really just kind of take it to the next level, and this team is going to be better because of him. Or is he just going to break down, possibly a bust, or this might be another year where we're wondering what is. So I'm just going to throw some names out to you both, and then you kind of give me your thoughts on breakthrough or break down. So I'm gonna bring a real name that everybody's kind of been talking about because his workouts. His workouts have been looking really good. I think you even commented on yourself, boss, about the cornerback, who we really need to do something right here is Suvan Revel and breakthrough or break down. First, you, boss.
Breakthrough
why?
big time, because you know me playing corner, I've seen rooms change from coaches. I've seen technical coaches come in and take athletes, raw athletes, and make them like, damn, bro, you a league dude now. And it was from coaching, you know. So the fact that our DC got his bones on making our pros from people with the right pedigree, he has the coaching around him that should make him better. Plus, Parker said some common sense things that I hope that he does. Lou, I know you're gonna remember this because I know you clipped up his initial interview, his first interview. He said, we're going to play these guys to their strengths. So if they play press well, they're going to play a lot of press. If they play zone ready. So he's going to use him likely to his strengths based on what he said. Now, if he don't do that, then I'm going to hold him accountable. But if Parker does what he said, everybody that been watching Revel knows that he has the arm length to really be a press bully, you know. So I think he's going to be used better. And I do like the fact in hindsight that he did play even though he was on a RoboCop knee brace, because we all know, Big, you played, I played. Your first year on varsity, it's gonna be a little bit shaky, but your second year, you know what the field feels like, you know what warm-ups feel like. It doesn't feel overwhelming. So the overwhelming part was him last year. But this year, he knows he's going to have a full training camp. He's not just thrown out there like he was. At least, you know, this year he's going to get a chance to kind of get revved up. He's not going to be just going against GP and Pickens like he was when he was thrown out there. Now he go get some confidence on some holdings. You know, you go get to go against guys that can get your confidence up and kind of gradually. And then the most important thing is shout out to Law Nation.
Shout
Out to my brother, because he went out there and did some investigative journalism and put that camera on it and built a relationship with his dad to where they trusted Law enough to give an exclusive video showing his movement. And at first I said it was perfect. Then I went through it again with my trainer friend. He actually did make some feet work mistakes, but it was undiscernible. So I see a big step because I like what I saw in his muscle memory and what I was watching him do. And I just like what's around him. It's almost like the offensive line big. I know I'm wordy, but I think this go bring it home. The reason why I believe our offensive line works so well is because the room is so good. Like at first, when you able to plug in guys and Zach Martin is your leader and Tyron Smith is your leader and Frederick was your leader, it just creates an environment. I think that's the same thing with corner. It's a good environment to become a pro. That's how I see corner.
What about you, Lou?
Breakthrough. I don't think we have a number one corner on this team. We're just gonna have 2 number 2s out there. Just being honest with you.
Good corners.
Yeah.
Larry Brown, Kevin Smith.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they're gonna still be, they got some intangibles, but you know, it's gonna be, you know, versus some certain receivers. I'm gonna be
right.
But I will say it's borderline for me, even though I like them coming out. This is probably his best test to prove that he's a pro level corner. But if he fails, I think he's still got a backup plan that's still worthy on this team. Like I think he's
safety, a big nickel.
Yeah, I think he'll be a fire at safety. I'm just
being honest with
you. You know, but
fire safety.
You know what I'm saying? I think he can play some man. I don't like him when he going in bunch set. I don't like when he got to use his hips a lot, you know, and navigating. Maybe play some off man. Most people don't understand that's actually how Quinyon Mitchell plays. He's not a good press man corner. He's a good off man corner because he's probably built the same way. Not saying it's gonna be the same level. Just saying, you know, Christian Parker have seen this style before. So my only question is how good these corners look if you have a good enough pass rush. If they cover him for 50 years. They're gonna look bad. I'll tell you that right now. No matter how you know, just being honest with you. So, but in terms of like getting we got too much in that. You know, we got Ron Smith, we got Derek Ansley. I forgot the assistant name, and you got Parker in there. It's just too many hands in that DB room for me. And this is the prize position. This is probably the reason why you got hired. Yeah, I see a high trajectory for him.
Well, I'm both excited to hear about that because, you know, I like Revel, like you just said, he's that big corner. I've been hearing a lot about safety, and I've been looking more and more at him, and you can see where that can be a great transition for him, especially with his size, his tackling ability, his physicality, and his speed. And then he can have everything in front of him, and just like you said, doesn't have to use the hips as much, and he can be more fluid and coming down and straight at you and have to always, you know, kind of running always backwards. So I like that, and hopefully he's got to, because if he don't take the next step, it's going to be a bad thing for the secondary. And I'm going to add another player who I'm not down on, but I just feel like this is what the reality. I've already talked about Boss from this a while back, and even though he's been with the team, this still to me is break out or break down, and this is Deron Bland. You just mentioned all the new things that have come into his kind of blessing. Better coaching, in my opinion. You got a kind of guy who that's what he does, the cornerbacks. We've seen 2 years of, injuries, falling off. Can he come back and be a breakthrough player? Just signed a big deal, a lot of pressure on him. Or will he just break down and eventually we'll not see a Deron Bland too much longer with the Dallas Cowboys? And for all the fans out there and the folks in the chat, I'm not trying to push him off the roster. I'm just talking about reality of situations.
I think he's a breakdown. I think his body gonna fail him. You know, it's not maybe not his ability anymore. I just don't trust his body anymore. You know, and sometimes it runs a course. And them lower extremities injuries. You know, that's what Prime had to deal with all them years. And look, you know, post football, look at him now. But I think it's hitting Bland a lot sooner. And he at his healthiest, he still wasn't a for sure corner. Like, this is why when people want to bash Micah, like the amount of people he made look good, Bland was one of them. You know what I'm saying?
He really made Bland look good.
The amount of confidence you can play in, you can literally, play out of phase. You know what I'm saying? You can bait a lot. You can bait a lot more. You can be a little bit lazy on your technique because you got a for sure guy that's going to get there in 2 seconds. You can play a lot differently. So with Bland, and if you look at it, I think this is the one thing Christian Parker can't save from his room. Like, once them guys hit the point where they, as Henny and Landlord said, they woke up sorry, they get ushered out the room. My biggest one, y'all remember Darius Slay? With the Eagles lasted a lot longer, had a graceful exit. James Bradbury, who got paid all that money, but they had to sit him in that Super Bowl year, remember? Because he woke up sorry, had the graceful exit out. So I don't think, as much as Christian Parker is as a teacher, I don't think he got some Deion level remedies to help this guy extend his life. I'm just being honest with you.
Sadly, I agree. Breakdown. I see breakdown too. Big, would you trust a quarterback with shoulder issues?
I mean, you already know how I feel about this situation.
No, I mean, so like ankles to a corner is like a shoulder to a quarterback. You gotta have that shoulder to throw. You gotta have your ankles to plant. So, and then what I don't like about Bland is, first of all, I want to say this. I've always loved Bland's heart, his
Mm-hmm.
professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
his knack for the big moments. He
Mm-hmm.
he he truly has a forgetful nature. He'll get beat to death and he'll turn around and make a pick six.
Yeah, exactly.
So he has the perfect corner mentality, but sometimes your mentality just don't match your body, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
like so, and I hate the fact that every year reports would say that he's coming back and he would come back far after the report said he was coming back. So
Yeah.
somebody uncertain, whether he's uncertain, the trainer's uncertain, there's something going on. And then when he was cooked last year, that wasn't Bland, y'all. That like that was your body giving out. Like when a receiver Harrison clearly was having low confidence through the whole year, cooked you to the flow. When Gibbs made you face plant, that's not heart, that's your body, bro. So now if medicine is able to restore him, we gonna have a good corner. He's gonna be a good corner. I never thought he was CB1. He never was Diggs at his best. Diggs at his best was shutting down Jefferson, Chase, a Washington receiver never did anything on him. McLaurin, Evans, Terry, man. Bland was getting cooked by number 2s and number 3s from Washington, bro. Let's keep it real. But he would make a big play. You know what I'm saying? So he would be a good corner, but we need to keep looking if we're looking for a real CB1 because it never was Bland.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have my thoughts about Bland. I want to believe, but even if he were to be healthy, I feel like he'll just be good, and I don't know if that's going to be good enough for the team, but we'll see. And I hope the best for Bland. Now, here's another player who's on the defense. He's the second-year player. You mentioned him, boss, and I want to really pick your brain on this because you mentioned I said Donovan Ezaraku. So here's my thing. You remember when we had the draft? We had the draft show, and I told y'all when they picked Ezra, I was like, man, what the hell? Remember y'all when I was like, what the hell? And I didn't really pay no attention. I went and studied the tape, and I'm like, okay, hold up. And I remember y'all was excited too, right? We was all kind of excited about it. We just loved that pick.
I loved
the
pick, bro.
We was excited about Ezra. And I don't think, like I said, when you watch him, I don't think he had a bad year. But I want to ask you this because I don't want to feel this way about Ezra. I feel like you'd be good. But I don't know if you're going to be, remember the ballyhoo. This is going to be the guy. He's going to be the guy that's going to replace the Michael. He's going to be the next guy that's going to, I'm not feeling that. Not saying you're not going to be good, but I'm not feeling that next level player. Am I wrong in feeling that? Was it the system and Eberflus that held him back? Now you got maybe a different guy with freedom. Y'all talk to me on this Ezaraku thing. You know, talk to me about his positive. Talk to me about Ezaraku and how you feel, because a lot of people are saying, not a lot of people are saying there's question marks with him, dog, and that's just reality.
It is. It's nothing wrong with admitting that there are question marks. Now you asked the question, what's his scheme? I think a lot of us would say White Cotton probably messed him up. Because what happened to your bag, bro? We saw a clear bag, bro. You had a clear, you became a bull rusher, and a lot of us started noticing that early with the edges. It's like all of them just got one thing, a bull rush. It looks systematic. It's like, and plus you was hearing a lot of praise on his bag in training camp, and then he came and had no bag. It's like, bro, like how you go from a dope bag that had you with 16 sacks, and you can see a lot of stuff he was doing in college, man, that he just didn't do. So hopefully we learn from that, and BT Jordan is going to say, no, we more than brought his bag back. We enhanced his bag. So my issue is, though, not the dopeness, because remember, he was rumored to even be an option at pick 12. That's how much White Con thought of him.
That's why I remember hearing that as well.
Yeah, so that's saying a lot about belief in him. I personally don't trust edge rushers or DTs until year 3. I don't trust them, bro. And I would want to go overkill the plan that Vosh talked about, and he had a great example of, if you go watch Philly will draft you high, believe you, but if you seem to have any kind of struggle, they don't mind getting a vet until you figure it out. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of examples of that. Like D. Smith was somebody that Cowboy Nation would have been very happy with, right? Fast, coming from a program that won natties, all that kind of stuff, 4 speed. He's going to fit the system. Man, Philly said, man, sit your ass down, bro. Graham, come on, bro, until this dude get better, Mm-hmm. And then, now they starting to trust him. What did they do to Jordan Davis? They said, man, this dude, man, he run a 4.7. He 360. He a freak. Man, that boy got in there and got to getting whooped in them trenches. They said, all right, man, go sit down, bro. Go have a seat. Sue, come on over here. Linville Joseph, come on over here. This dude need to figure it out. So with Cowboy Nation, we do the opposite. We'll go get guys, we'll draft them, and we'll say, hey, man, you got big shoes. And we will just trust you in these big shoes. I think that's a mistake, especially coming off hip injury and all that kind of stuff. The person that would have been most ideal is, rest in peace, Nealon. He would have been the most ideal because he would have been going into year 3. And he was already kind of starting to show that year 3 game.
You started seeing a little bit from him.
So I would have felt a lot more confident with Nealon in year 3, and I would have trusted. Now I trust Donovan Ezeraku not gonna have too much pressure on him, and Malachi Lawrence. But the fact that we now, rest in peace, lost one of our brothers, that put more pressure on Donovan Ezeraku, and I don't want the pressure on him until he hits that year 3 mark, where the peanut butter would have kicked in and the steak and potatoes would have kicked in, and he should be able to then fully, just like Jordan Davis did. When did Jordan Davis really turn the corner, bro? Year 3, year 4.
Defensive tackle, though, boss. What people say.
That's what I said, but it took him 3 to 4 years, though. Like,
right,
he was on the bubble. That's why they gave him a 5th-year option.
But you saw it in Jordan Davis.
You did. You could see flashes, but he was on the bubble, bro.
You saw it in Jordan Davis. Yeah,
but you can see the flash. I believe that he was gonna come around, but it was people doubting him, bro. It was loud in Philly that people had problems with him, but he turned that corner. And same thing happened with Tank. When did Tank turn the corner for us? Year 3. When did David Irvin turn the corner with us? Year 3, right? Micah was the only person that was day 1. That just don't happen. So,
yeah, I'm a little bit torn. I'm a little bit torn. Be honest with you. I think he's gonna have a way better year this year because different coaching, naturally, probably playing a little bit more free. I am worried about the hip injury a little bit. I do want to hinder people when people say because I think it was a scheme. They was coming out bull rushing and everything like that. But when I look on the other side, James Houston and Clowney didn't have no problems rushing within that scheme.
That's true.
And remember, I was low. I was low.
Houston nice in that spread and that spare duty. Houston nice with it.
Well, he'll dip on a tackle now. And remember, I was low on Ezeraku, and I said we needed to give him the least amount of reps out of every edge coming into the season. I said that, but we're going in versus Philly. Then with them tackles, they're gonna whoop Ezeraku ass. And everybody was like, Lou, chill out. You need to get the reps. When we gave Micah the reps, he ain't Micah. So
no, he not Micah.
So like you should have never gave him the reps. He was out there struggling with 5th-string tackles. And people didn't want to, highlight that. So Ezeraku, as far as being something we need, no, I don't believe that. I don't. I think I'll see about 6 sacks from him.
Yeah, 6. I see 6. Yep.
That'd
be a good year too.
Yeah, that's over my standards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it ain't enough to be a premier.
Not for a
guy.
second rounder.
Yeah. He still need to show me if he can be a premier guy to lead off a room. I think we're still a little bit far away from that, but I'm just itching the finish line a little bit more and more. But yeah, he gonna do enough for his role. But last year with the Dallas Cowboys, they were hard headed, and then you see as soon as you brought in Jadeveon Clowney, he came in and he was 10 times better with him off the couch. So we not lying when we say with these rookies, man. It takes time. The defensive line, in terms of which position it takes the biggest jump from college to the pros, it's all them positions on the defensive line, man. Because when you think about it, they can do any move and they can whoop any tackle because all them tackles gonna be selling insurance next to me. It's probably the reason why. Versus when you get up into the big leagues, these guys is moving faster than you and they strong as oxes. So all them moves you was doing before, yeah, my lot are gonna sit on it. Just being honest with you, you know. So it's a little bit of a, you know, a hurdle.
Well, first, I'm going to give a shout out to that $2 holler from Cerebral Assassin. He said, no, it was the injury, y'all. Easy Hip gave him the TRBL. I don't know all them damn words like that, like IDC and all that. So y'all had to just tell me that one right there. And then Tony Snow right here says, how many sacks do we need from our edge room this year to be considered as success? Is that like overall sacks? What's that? What do y'all feel?
Remember we did this exercise. What did we say? I said I think I gave
45, like 50. What's like a big number?
No, because that's a big number. Because I remember I was comparing it to the 12 and 5 years, and they were getting around like 40 and 42.
Yeah, they was getting
yeah. That's why I was like, ooh, 35. It's, you know, they was like, ooh, 35, and I'm like, well, yeah, and that. If you take Micah
35
out of them,
sounds 35.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they're gonna be close to them years of 12 and 5. So just being frank with you. Like,
you ain't got that graphic though, Bo? I think I got it, bro. Hold on, let me see if I got it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I want to show that graphic because that was
no, they hate me because if you take Micah off them 12 and 5 teams, bro, that edge room is a little bit more dangerous than we got right now. Being frank with you. In terms of pass rush.
Our edge rush not that, bro.
Without Micah, that thing was still like,
yeah, we not them.
We far from them.
Well, we got a few more coming up here. You know, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I really appreciate y'all jumping on here, man. Y'all gave that knowledge, and like I love how y'all just break down the game because y'all former football players on that college level. You know, y'all really did that. So when y'all really get to speaking on certain positions, like I said, I really like listening to what you're talking about. So I'm going to go flip it on the offensive side. I got a couple more guys, and I'm going to start with you, Lou, first on this one, because this deals with the offensive lineman, and this offensive lineman is the polarizing player that everybody's talking about. He can't stop talking about. You already know who the hell I'm about to bring up, Mr. Tyler Guyton. Year 3. Everybody's talking about him. Because it's kind of like to me now or never. You know, I know it was thrown in the fire wrong. I feel you was on the right side. You played defense the whole time in high school. You was a defensive tackle. You played you athletic like a tight end. I get how you got smacked around that first year. I get that. 14 penalties, dropped him down to 7. But the things that, like I talked to Tuck and the other guys that kind of just worrying me, Lou, you're the offensive lineman, so that's why I got to speak to you first. Like, I see ability, but hell, how do I know about the great ability? But you got the long arms, you're athletic, you're tall, you're big, you can do those things. But I keep on feeling like what's going on with the mental. I'm not saying you're not smart or anything, but you get the holding penalties. Time again, you're getting beat off the line of scrimmage, you're late. Time and time again, you have false starts. Those are mental issues with me. What is going on with Tyler Guyton? I know it's effort. He practices hard, he plays hard, so I know it's not effort, and you be having injury bugs, and it seems like when you get injured, play goes down. You talk to me, Lou. Am I seeing things? What's going on? Talk to me about Tyler Guyton. Is he breakout or is he break down?
I'm gonna start by saying y'all worry is definitely warranted. I mean, this position is too important to not worry. And then I will say the Dallas Cowboys have completely. This is probably the position I very much so very disappointed on how they handled this. Like, you drafted him as a raw prospect, you didn't give him Tyron Smith at all, and you told him to figure it the fuck out by himself. Like, that was a bad plan in himself. Like, we talk about all these developmental positions. You gave the hardest one to him, man. He had to go through a gauntlet. He had to see Myles Garrett. He had to see T.J. Watt, Nick Herbig. He had to go through it all. But with all that being said, I say breakout. Tyler Guyton was on good trajectory last year. I think what messed up the entire year last year is the scare injury that happened in training camp. Yeah, because the reports that was coming in, what we were seeing from practice, he was the reason why I was low on the edge room when Michael left. Because I was like, bro, like everybody, I was like, because he was locking everybody up.
Man,
you know? Like
him and Sam was going at it, bro.
They were going at it. You know, like nobody can get up on him. So I really, and this is work ethic. Like I know, like,
I love his work ethic.
His work ethic. He's gonna
Love his work ethic.
And I think he's being smart about it. Like, he's somebody, if I don't know the position, and I've been seeing clips of him, he's gonna surround himself with people who know the position. So he's learning it. Because I think he's a talented boxer. The thing is, he don't have to put together the right combinations. That's it. That's all he's missing, the right combinations. Knowing when to throw the jab or knowing when to throw the fake out punch and everything like that. That's all he's missing. The mental point is because of the pressure they put on him. But I think this is the year because he's bigger. He was already a lot stronger than he was last year. He's bigger. He's going to be more athletic, more nimble. And I'm telling you right now, I would guarantee he's going to hit if they actually lean in on our strength big.
Oh, say it.
I swear, I will bet everybody $1,000 right now.
I bet 2,000.
If the Dallas Cowboys are a balanced team,
boy, Tyler gonna have a great year.
What, or if they are a little bit 55-45 in terms of like leaning into the strength of this team and actually with the
running the ball.
Not only I think he's gonna hit, he's gonna be a home run.
Super.
And I don't think you won't even see a bad steal because they are two completely different players. But the problem is, go in, you pass the ball 50 times, you on your heels. Well, you're gonna see some bad Nate. Nate is the second time being out there. He going against Aiden Hutchinson. He bound to give up 2. We mad when he give up the 2. You throwing the ball 50 times. My whole thing is you didn't do this for your Hall of Fame lineman, but you expect to do this for the raw prospect. You
got to slow that down, bro. You got to explain that.
Zach Martin literally stated the reason why he went back.
He said it, bro.
He said it. He keeps saying. He said it on Terry Armstead podcast too. He said the reason why the game slowed down for him because he switched from right tackle to guard. It's because we ran the ball so much.
He said it hid a lot of his weaknesses.
It hit a lot of his weaknesses.
That's exactly what Zach Martin said.
You know what I'm saying? So, just being frank with you.
And so, man, I couldn't wait to jump in with you, bro, because you cooked. Just to try to add to some of what he said, big. When it comes to Tyler Guyton, I think a lot of it is very mental with him. And I had a solution for Pickens when he went crazy game 1. I don't know if you remember, big, but game 1, Pickens was acting a plumb fool. You know, when he didn't get the targets, he was clowning out there. He was blocking, lazy, clotheslining cats, like on crash out mode. The only reason people didn't notice it because CD had the 3 drops. That's the only reason they looked over it. If CD would have caught them balls, the media would have been on Pickens' head. My solution was to spam him. Some people would have said do the opposite, right? Hey, don't give him the ball until he shows that he's a pro. No, with him, give him the ball and he go turn to a good pro, right? The reason Pickens acts out is when he's not involved. The reason why he hated Pittsburgh was the quarterbacks over there. That's why he hated Pittsburgh, because he's a playmaker that want to make plays. So going to Tyler Guyton, we got to lean in heavy to what Lou said. We failed him literally 2 preseasons in a row. He got the most reps. Him and still got the most reps out of all the tackles, bro. But guess how many times we was throwing the ball? We averaged 40 attempts, big, with Trey Lance. Now, 40 attempts? And that was with a rookie Tyler Guyton and a rookie Cooper Beebe, dog. Should we have been trying to see Trey Lance, or should we have been trying to get them dudes comfortable? Like, if you're trying to get them comfortable, let them do what they do best. Lean on people, bully people. That's go get your confidence going. Don't make them have to go against guys and dance, because now you got big guys doing what they're not comfortable with doing. All fat guys just want to lay on the girl, brother. That's all we want to do. That's all the fat boys want to do. They don't want to dance, bro. Cause see, that's me and your world, big. See, when we start dancing, see, me and you, we slim players, man. We can move them hips. Lou, he gonna struggle with them hips, bro. he gonna struggle with them. He gonna struggle with that boy gonna struggle with them hips, bro. Me and big, we gonna be straight, bro. We gonna be 2-stepping out there. So like they failed him, bro. Like I really mean that. Their preparation failed him, and I think he got hit with some stuff that wasn't lucky, like the injury, where he could have been out for the season. He played through it. People got to realize that he did play through it, so he wasn't himself 100%. And I do think it affected his confidence. So I think this year he could be massive, bro. Massive. And I do like what they're doing big. This is what I like. They're leading their campaigns saying it's going through the offensive line. That Tyler wasn't just humor, dog. That was a message. That was a whole message. I loved it too. They were saying, bro, this team finna go as these boys go. We invested into these dudes, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Booker. We finna go as they go. And I'm seeing more and more campaigns saying we leaning on the guys that we drafted. That means they betting on this upside too. To me, they treat them like they did Troy. Because me and you lived it, bro. We both wanted Berline. True or false? We wanted Berline over Aikman, right. But Jerry said, "No, that's the guy we invested in."
No, I ain't want no Berline over no Aikman.
I did. You didn't want him. Wait, you didn't want him on that run.
He was good, but I didn't want him over no.
Wait, big. Go back to the time when we made that run and we won 8 games with Berline.
I like Berline, but hell, I remember, but nope.
Man, you ain't keeping it real, bro. Because Aikman was boo before he became a champion.
He was tripping,
bro.
But you saw it though. You
I ain't see nothing. I saw that it was Berline.
Bro, come on, bro. Berline,
I stand by myself on this
with Berline. You stand by yourself because I like Berline. Berline won't take us nowhere.
I say this too big, and I mean this, bro. I think quarterback was super overrated to that team, bro. Because everybody that played quarterback won.
Listen, quarterback back then was overrated, period. Now, that's a whole conversation for something else because I done already talked about, y'all know I'd be critical of Dak, but if you put Dak's numbers against some of them all-time greats, they're in the Hall of Fame right now, he had Hall of Fame numbers. He just got to win championship.
That's all he
his numbers because completion percentage better than a lot of these all-time greats.
Yeah,
the touchdown ratio to interception ratio
way better
than a lot of these guys. A lot of these top guys. Phil Simms in his Super Bowl season threw 21 interceptions.
Oh my God, he did.
Go look 85. What was it 85, 86?
That was 2016.
Huh?
Hold on. Simms. You said. Phil Simms. My bad, bro. I don't know why I thought you said Matt Ryan, bro. I don't know why I heard that. Phil Simms. Okay.
He said 85.
My bad, bro. My bad.
What? I said, you made me think, Lou. I said, did I say something wrong? Hold up.
But they had it. I wouldn't say that, but they had it. You know what I hate, big people, because people be like, well, the quarterback play was down. They had some y'all had some gangster throwers back then.
Yeah, we did.
You know, I'm not gonna wait.
No, we did, but that was throwing a lot of picks. And here's the thing. I never really paid attention to it like you knew it because they were always pumping those guys up. But then when you really go back and look at their stats, I'm like, damn. 21 interceptions, 20, 17, 14, 15. See, if those quarterbacks would have those numbers now, they would be like, y'all are terrible quarterbacks. Like
for real. Aikman too. Aikman numbers was trash.
He didn't have great numbers, dog. He really didn't. His season was like that.
Every quarterback played good when he was gone, bro. Like Jason Garrett stepped in there and was balling, bro. Maybe it was like Hurts, bro. Can we just go and say maybe the team around Aikman was just that dope? Huh?
It was
because Aikman had like nothing but first rounders. Harper, first rounder. Michael Irvin, first rounder. Kevin Smith, first rounder. Emmitt Smith, first rounder. The top offensive line, big. You could have played quarterback.
Dog, and that defense. That defense was crazy. That defense was nasty. But Aikman even said himself in the football life, he said, you know what? I used to look at all those guys that were throwing for all those passing yards. And I used to get mad and frustrated because in this offense, that's not what I was supposed to do. And I know I could do it. I know I could have threw for all them yards. But then this offense, that's what it wasn't asked of me to do. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why you saw those meager numbers. I believe he probably could have went somewhere else. He had the ability to be able to throw like that, but that's not what it was called for Dallas. You had to run a game, you had an offensive line, and you just make the plays when you need to. Because if you look at his completion percentage, it was like in the high mid-60s. And is that Super Bowl year when he was going was pretty phenomenal. He threw like 69%. So
Yeah.
that's the man's pretty good. But I want to give one last. I want to give two because this is the bonus because I definitely want to feel you about this player that the Cowboys drafted. But this is the one player that I know is polarizing as well because I know y'all have doubts. A lot of people have doubts, and a lot of people are wondering, is the job just going to be given to him without really being earned it because it sounds so good? And that is Mr. Jadon Blue. Running back to y'all already done talked about it. I talked about it with Landlord and Henny, and Landlord was in particular like, man, I like Malik Davis. I don't know if they just gonna be giving it to him. I talked to Tuck. He liked Malik Davis, and then we just know he wants to make sure it's earned. Now I got my dog boss Cowboys and Lou Diamonds on here, and now I'm about to ask them because I already know it's in y'all's brains. Y'all like, but I need to hear it out loud. How do y'all feel about Jadon Blue? Break out or break down? First, you, boss.
Breakdown.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I mean, we got on the thumbnail.
Why?
I don't like the dynamic and the leadership dynamic. I don't like the fact that CBS came out and said Will McClay made the pick. I don't like the fact that they continue to push the UT players in front as if they've earned it. I sense a lot of politics of UT, and I just don't like it. There is no way he should be even close to running back 2 at this point because we've all seen it with our own eyes. We've all seen this, brother, that Malik Davis, Phil Maffa, and even Deuce played better than Blue if you add up all the body of it. So there are 2 types of fans. There are ceiling fans and there are floor fans. If you're a ceiling guy, you love Blue because of what he can be. But if you're a floor guy, that's like, just what have you actually done? That's me. And so when I look at what you've done, no, bro, you should be running back 4 right now. Now, and then it's things that I don't like. I don't like the fact that you wasn't there when Shotty was trying to have a dinner meeting with you. Big, you played. Lou, you played. If your head coach reached out to you in your city and said, hey, Marcus, I want to sit down with you, that's an honor, dog. Unless I'm getting married, you know what I'm saying? Or something, or I'm putting somebody in the ground, I'm their coach. Because this guy has my life in his hands, and I take it that serious to show up. Shotty made it sound like he didn't even know who he was because he didn't even report back to him. Then about 2 months later, I've changed. It's like, no, just 2 months ago, you stood up my coach. You got to show me, dog. So I think the environment is too entitled for him. And I think I'm being honest. I think Shotty doing one of those blink twice if you under some bullshit, like for real, like because Shotty is doing everything he can to throw him under the bus, like everything he can to say this dude is not a pro. Man, that's a whole lot of bling you got on. Like you highlight his mistakes, bro. You to me, you clearly trying to distance yourself from that. Like I don't want this dude. I don't want him now. Do I want him to actually be mature and reach his ceiling? Yes, because it would help the Cowboys. But I don't like the dynamic of my boss picking you for me. I don't like it. And I think that causes division. And I also know this because I've done too much research on this with Lou.
You go take my point.
Yo, I got to. Shotty had a consistent 37-year history of style.
Yes.
When you add him and his dad, 37 years consistently of big backs, bro. Not just one, multiple, bro. 1 and 2 was always physical. If you really believe that Shotty waited to year 38 to break that, now Blue should be only at this point replacing CeeDee Lamb and Turpin in the backfield. That's it. The gadget plays that they was getting should go to Blue, but the real horse load and the workload should go for Maffa and Weems and Malik Davis.
No Malik Davis?
And Malik Davis.
Okay. Damn.
But Mafia and Blue first. Now Mafia and Williams first because those are Shotty's style. He want that physical style. And Big, you know that we looked at Seattle, bro. What's Seattle? When Shotty was over there, did they have some finesse over there, bro? They had no name big back.
But I feel like you need that though, dog. I feel what you're saying about Phil Mafia, but you know that's the same type of back. Like I need some little bit of explosion. I know what you're saying about Blue. I get it. Like I feel like there is entitlement. I feel like they are pushing him to be it. Like, oh yeah, he's doing a lot better because you can't come back year 2 and say he negative. He doing it again. He acting up again. He tripping again. You can't come back in the year 2. You got to spend positivity on this for everybody to kind of feel better about this. Don't you feel like that has to be said right now? But we all got to see it. I don't think none of us are really sitting. Well, some of them us are, but I guess I'm a floor guy on this. I was liking him, and y'all was like, especially Lou. Lou was like, hell no. And I'm like, damn, let me check myself again. Because Lou was like, hell no. No, Big. He was like, no, Big. Damn, Blue. I'm like, man, damn. Can I be headed about some kind of speed here? Please?
Because Big, because you know, I'm gonna do just like you. You're gonna feel me. You do just the same thing if we get somebody from Ohio State. You didn't seen them grow up. You didn't seen them for 5 years. I'm gonna say it right now. I do not want him in that running back room. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all can say I'm Big. I've been watching the Texas Longhorns all my life.
I know. That's why I'm not saying that because Lou is the Texas guy.
And we're running back.
Texas guy, so he know.
And Big, both running backs were hurt that season. Both of them were hurt, and he was still the spiel guy.
That's why I don't want to listen to you, Lou, because you just
because I'm you. I'm holding up the mirror. That's what it is. I'm holding up the mirror. Exactly. I'm holding up the mirror. I know it.
Yeah, because Big wouldn't let us say nothing about Ohio State, bro. If we try, man, we can't never talk about Montana and Ohio. Man, they always gonna have something to say, bro.
But I'm gonna keep it real though. You feel me? Like if it's not the guy, I'm like with Sonny Styles. Like I've been around Sonny like since he was young because I play with, like I said, I used to play with his dad, like in high school, basketball, things of that nature. And him and his brother was always around my youth football coach who brought me up. They're always around him, so they're always helping the kids in the summertime and things of that nature. So I really got to see him. So I saw him in high school play. I saw him in college. And I said, I think he's going to be good. But when everybody's like, Sonny Styles gonna come in and do that,
I see it either. I see me and you, me too big. And see people start tripping on. Remember they were tripping on Brothers. Oh, you got to shake around grade on him. I'm like, bro,
no.
And I'm gonna give you olive branch. I'm gonna give you olive branch, Big. If this was McCarthy's system, use Blue because it's meant for them. We spreading teams out. We running zone. We're gonna give them a lane. We're gonna be, we're gonna be a spread. We're gonna play a numbers game and everything like that.
I love
this.
It,
ain't that. This is a power downhill.
Hit you in your mouth.
If y'all haven't got it before,
that ain't Blue.
I think it's mighty funny. This Cowboy Nation is just ignoring what Shotty wants from his running back.
For real,
he wants hitting
physical,
yardage.
Bro.
He wants hitting yardage, bro.
That's what he wants. He wants people that move the pile, bro.
He needs it.
He low key, man. Zeke needed Shotty, bro. That would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect, but so the reason why I'm just pro giving y'all want to know what I'm pro giving my coaches their
what they want
vision.
Yeah,
I want to see their vision.
I want to see your vision.
If you are against their vision, I'm against you. Just being frank with you.
Yeah,
it's not preference. It's Boss did all that. That pisses me off because I watched him at Texas. You came here and you thought you weren't going to play no special teams when you was wearing the horns and you were playing special team. The audacity.
I'm
gonna leave that alone. But we're gonna stay.
Don't stay there.
No, I'm gonna come back to that. But I want to get back to the football part because the reason why I don't want to be playing Blue because Shotty, he revealed it. He said, I don't want to have players out there that I can't be versatile with. If you're gonna go out there and I can't call a pass block and play because you got questions and the defense know, like we playing chess, man. Like everybody I have out there, I want it to be a threat that I'm gonna do something else. Just being frank. So when everyone brings up this plan of hitting them with the lightning, but that ain't Shotty what Shotty want to do. He want versatility from his
He
back.
don't want to give up his hand with the back out there.
He did, and here's the thing, Big. He's not against speed. You know how I know? You know how I know he didn't get speed? Look at the history. Look at his father's history. The best back they ever had was some speed guy in LaDainian Tomlinson. You know what I'm saying? And he said that about Blue in his he said that's his route to the field. That LaDainian Tomlinson type of field. But you got to come in 10 pounds heavier to convince me, because you got to be big enough to not be getting shoestring tackle going in the B gap, man. Right. I'm gonna be frank with you, bro.
Yeah.
And then we can use some of your auxiliary stuff, but like they have been before. But I'm not gonna sacrifice what I'm trying to do on offense just to have you on the field because you fast. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not even that fast. I'm really ready.
He's really not.
He's not that fast. Just being honest with you.
His game speed is not.
His game speed is not 4.3.
No, it's not.
It was on the Texas film. I don't get. You saw them Arkansas.
It's on the Dallas film.
It's on the Dallas film. You see everybody hawk him down.
I saw a tackle hawk him down, bro. A DT.
That's crazy.
I saw a safety run him down, bro. It's like, damn.
I'm just being for real.
It's like, where this 4.2? Like, bro, you supposed to run away from him, bro. Like, for some cats, they ain't got game speed, and that's real, bro. And let me say this though, I still, Lou, do feel like there's a lane for Blue. I do. I just hate it when we start, to me, overreaching and trying to make him RB2. I'd be like,
Big, are you very confident if Williams went down?
No,
that's our only back.
Hell no, come on, dog, come on.
That's what we get in trouble. To be.
I mean, like I want it. Listen, I want it. That's what. But when he said, "My mind is telling me," like.
I know we're starving for speed, but we can find a big back with speed. Come on.
Yeah, it's a lot of big backs that got speed, bro. Yeah, man, you can get a big back with speed, man. Chubb had speed last year, and he was old.
I mean, Braylon Allen is always available, but
yeah, man. So I'm gonna take it a step further, bro. Blue is in the way of greatness. Oh, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I ain't gonna hold back, man. Blue is in the way of greatness, bro. Ain't no way shot it through all them bodies at receiver and don't want to throw an extra piece of chicken at the running back room, bro.
13 receivers, bro.
We got 18 receivers up in here, bro. And you telling me, man, this is exactly what Voss talked about, where we be sitting up here talking about, man, somebody got to just step up. Now, what you're supposed to do is load that running back room up with competition, bro, and make them dudes fight for their life, bro. If you really want to know what made Florida no dope, it was Pickens being in this, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, bro, I gotta play or die. See, when you really put the pressure on them, instead of coddling them like Cowboy fans want to do, let's just make it safe for Blue and mindful. Why y'all want competition? Cause I want to see who go. Lou said it best, bro. Get a broomstick.
Competition brings
break it across your knee.
You'll know.
With two sharp edges, throw it in the barn and say, whoever come out alive, you go be my running back too. That's the way to go about it. Lou is right. You're supposed to load up with competition and say, be better than Chubb, be better than Zamir White. Right now, Blue, if you that dude, because guess what? Did we protect Bland Big? Did we protect him from Jordan Lewis? No. We said you're a rookie, but nigga, you're a rookie, but we don't care. We don't care. If you better than Jordan Lewis, be better than him right now. Did we protect him, bro? Did we protect that, bro? We didn't protect that,
bro. We said,
bro. We
can't. We
get
don't
in
know
the fire,
if you can't throw. We don't care if you don't throw.
We said, man, Zeke, did we protect
but it did,
him?
But I will also say it did help that Kellen Moore broke that damn ankle. It was fake.
It did. It did. Oh, you think it was fake?
It was fake.
Yeah, bro. So I want competition, bro. I truly am team overkill, bro. And anywhere there's a question mark, I want to throw bodies at it, bro. I want some bodies that can come in there and make these boys fight for their life. Hell, it's too safe at edge, it's too safe at tight end, and it's too safe at running back too.
Yeah. I ain't gonna fight that, y'all. I'm just be quiet about running back too. I'm just gonna be quiet and just not say nothing about it no more. Too many people just kill my any kind of any kind of good feeling about it, it just gets swept away every time.
Step on it, dog.
I'm done talking about it. Like I'm
Even
gonna hear it
if
again tomorrow.
If it was an Ohio State receiver, bro, if it was an Ohio State running back that you didn't like, bro,
I already know. I already know. Like I said, I feel y'all. That's why, like I said, I ain't even fighting it. But as we get ready to end here, y'all, and number one, I appreciate once again, man, I appreciate y'all, dog. Like I just love listening to y'all on the football side of it, how y'all break it down so football-y, not just talking football-y, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? So I really how y'all would just really make it make sense. But this is the last player that I'm gonna talk about because I never got to hear how y'all really felt about this guy. But Mr. Caleb Downs.
Oh,
a lot of people been, I mean, now we did a show right about a couple of weeks ago, me and G said he might have the most pressure because so many people are putting him like all pro now. He gonna be that guy. He gonna be green dot guy. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. That's a lot of pressure for this rookie. But I said I feel him, but I feel that this is the type of player that he eats pressure. This is the type of guy that
like Pac-Man,
certain people that when they get pressure, okay, I'm about to kill pressure. Like I give me the pressure. I want all of the pressure. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like he's going to eat that. So my questions to you, two big dogs, as we end it right here. Caleb Downs, break out or break down? First, you, Mr. Lou Diamonds.
Yeah, break out.
I like Lou Diamonds. That's dope.
Yeah.
You got to keep that. Lou Diamonds.
You better go ahead and switch it. You know I'm good with them damn names.
And the Lou Diamonds is dope.
I think I'm with y'all, man. He is built for this. I'm just being honest. It's just certain people who just, that was touched by the hand of God, his ability, leadership, and everything. Like he got too many, things on his rap sheet of him handling stuff when he was young that even, that gives me confidence. One of the biggest lies, and it's so funny how this community is. One of the biggest lies in the draft cycle, they were lying about who was really in charge of the Ohio State defense. I was hearing they were saying Sonny Styles is the voice of it. I'm hearing Arville Reeves. I knew it from the beginning because I can tell who's the one. You always knows who is the main one who's leading that defense. Because before they get set up, they'll hear telling everything across. He was getting Iken Bunsen. I think this is his name, number one, the corner. Getting set up.
And him. I didn't want him like he gonna be good. Boy, he gonna be turning. He gonna get cookie. He gonna get cookie.
So you gonna get. I did not want him either. But he was getting everything lined up. And then what gives you confidence? This defense that we're running, all this complexity, the match coverages, the cover 6, cover 7. Like if people watch this video, he was saying to Ryan, like he was a Ryan Day, not Ryan Day, Matt Patricia. He was like, it's the same defense. He's been running this exact same defense his entire life. You know what I'm saying? He was bred for this system. So I don't think it's gonna be a matter of too much pressure. It's gonna be a matter of when he gonna go in there and want the green dot. I already know he is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really wasn't worried about who's gonna be able to line us up and call the defense because it's just a matter of time when he grasps the full defense after he grasps his opportunity. My only thing is I think he's not gonna flash to the casual eye because people don't understand safety play.
Yeah.
So if he ain't, because he ain't the type, I'm gonna be honest with you, he ain't gonna get he ain't gonna have the interceptions. He's not an Ed Reed type.
Yep,
he ain't the free safety type. Actually, that's actually his weakness. He doesn't play free safety well because I think he don't have the patience to be back there and just sit back and read and decept. So if that's one thing I would say he need to get better at is that if he wants to transition to be able to play both strong and free. But no, he's the Madden user, bro. You want to have him involved in everywhere. He's going to be able to take away all the matchups. What I hope they don't do, I hate they keep saying this, that he's a nickel corner. He's not a corner.
Yes.
Because he can't cover like a corner. I've seen him get fried. I'm just being honest with you, like when he's one-on-one. But I love him when he's coming to take away a matchup that, be a help, you know what I'm saying? Or, being that cover one, that trap, you know what I'm saying? That free safety to come down and be the guy that can come take away the inside route. He is that type of guy that you want because he just got all the athletic traits. But yeah, he just gonna jump off the screen, man. He really is, and he gonna be a dog in a run game. May not be our back because he's gonna be a little too small, because but once he get used to it, it's only a matter of time. So yeah, big boom, big explosion, home run or pick, home run.
I see Buda Baker mixed with Dawkins. That's exactly who I see.
That's a great comparison, especially with the
Yeah.
Buda Baker, because a lot of people, some people are out there kind of saying that with the size and things of that nature.
Yeah, I see Buda Baker in him. Um,
I think he's gonna be better than Buda Baker.
Yeah,
I think Troy.
which is saying a lot.
I think
Boy.
I see Troy in him, but we're gonna let it play out.
And I feel you on that Troy too. And this is where I can feel you on that Troy is because of the instincts.
Yeah.
And he's ahead of the plays because of his IQ. I played with players that were slow, but their IQ made them ahead of plays. He's actually a great athlete and ahead of plays. So you know, he's somebody that I love. He's pedigreed. That's the thing I love is when you coming from genes that been there, done that as well. You it means a lot when your dad can kind of guide you through your first practices, your first tour days, your first training camps, and how to handle the number 2 debate versus the number 13, how to handle it professionally. We got us a solid pro, and I'm gonna just be honest, man. I never really did a video that I wanted to do. It showed a dream marriage between Parker and Downs. If you go look at the first interview that Christian Parker said and every attribute he said about Downs, I mean, nickel pointed straight to Downs, bro. Everything that he said, bro, the nickel need to be your best player, the guy that's your first round draft pick.
Yes.
Like everything he said, bro.
Said,
and I never stopped and broke down how everything he said perfectly pointed to Downs.
Tackle like a linebacker, come up, rush like an edge.
Literally everything.
Man.
And because you know, we focus on big as you do too. We focus on like what's in the way. Like that was so much a home run. I'm like, I ain't worried about that, you know. But it's good to go back and say, bro, let's talk about how this is a sick home run. Like on your board, big, on Lou's board, on my board, on Foot's board, on Vach's board, on Brian Bodich's board, on everybody's board. He was top 2. Overall, he was my 2 overall, and on your board. So like, bro, we got that at 12.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you ask Downs and then the IQ, the leadership, the guy that, I mean, I put it like this: anybody that Nick Saban loves,
right,
on defense and breaks his own rules on young, because we know he don't mind sitting greatness. You'll be great, but you'll be a freshman. Nah, when he was like, I gotta break my own rule for this dude. So
and we already got the other one he broke a rule with, being honest with you, on our team. That's how we know he's gonna be dope. And
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly, bro. So cause see, when you at Bama, you know leaders when they come in, bro.
Right.
You know dogs when they come in. You've been around the best.
They instantly come in and just really just take over, and that's what he did. You saw the plays that he was making left and right and things of those nature. Oh, there you go. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, you see those things.
G, you doing something?
Yeah, you doing something,
G? G did something. What you did is you probably got 2 bigs in there. You got to take one of them off and mute one of them and let his audio come in. That's what causing the echo. You got 2 bigs in there.
I've jumped in the stream on a separate
that's
device,
okay. So it brought that audio in.
It should be
it's
good
all
now.
good.
Yep.
Is it good now?
It's gone.
It's gone.
He caught it.
Okay. Because I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Y'all know what the hell is. What the hell? That's what this came. What the hell? What the hell? That's what I was just saying right there. What the hell? But man, just what you said about Downs, Lou, you just confirmed what I thought. You know, when I hear you real football guys really say it, it just like, okay, that's what I'm talking about, because that's what I said, Lou and Boss. I said he's not going to be the high interception guy. No. But this is a type of player that's always going to be around the ball. He is going to be that guy, always around the ball. And when you're always around the ball, you're always able to make a play. and that's what's going to be happening with him. And it may not be the interception, maybe a strip sack, strip fumble, somebody's tackling, he comes in, takes the ball. Like, he is that guy that's always going to be smart all around the ball and always make a play. And I feel like when we talk about the pressure plays, when we needed this defense, right, for so many damn years, y'all, to make a big play, especially on the back end, I finally feel like we got a guy that can do that. And that's exciting because I want to really see what that can really transform the defense on that back end, because we've been waiting for that for so long. The miscommunication, the breakdowns on the back end, we've been tired of seeing it for so long. And I feel like finally feel like you got that shored up. And then when you add Jalen Thompson, who you brought in, I feel like that's going to be a good marriage and a good combination when you can interchange two safeties and they're not just relied or relegated to one position. You can flex and move them out. That's when your secondary is even better. So I'm excited to see what those two are going to do and what Christian Parker's going to do with both of them.
I want to say one more thing about Caleb Downs. If I could,
yes, sir.
If I could say one thing that could transform him to a Hall of Famer, I really wish he would spend 2 off seasons with Ed Reed.
Facts. That's the only thing he can work on.
Because like, Ed Reed wasn't getting all them interceptions because he was an athlete, bro.
Oh man, he was outsmarting. He was
outsmarting dudes.
He knew how to bait you, bro.
He knew how to bait you, bro. Like, so it's one of those things that if I could add one more thing to his instincts, bro, that would guarantee the goldest of jackets on him, bro.
He was a perfect safety. That would be the perfect safety.
That dog, and I think he got the IQ to keep up with an Ed Reed. Because Ed Reed is very fundamental. Like, I go listen to Ed Reed talk about how he used to bait Peyton Manning. Dog, when you can bait Peyton Manning, bro, you saw that? Like when he was talking about how when he double pumped, he always went back the other way. So he gave him a look and made him go that way, and he picked it.
And Peyton would go for it. And he said, I would just set him up and then turn that. He would go in and do that flight damn near 180 and just be like, got him.
Got him.
Or do a speed turn.
You know
what I'm saying?
Bro. Like Ed was a true chess player. They never really give him and Ray credit for the brains, bro. Like, and I see somebody saying Troy. I think Troy is more instinct. I think that's instinct. I'm talking about like baiting. Like, it's certain people, they was brains. Like Luke Kuechly, bro. Them picks was brains, bro.
Yeah, he was smart.
That was smart.
He knew. I know
he knew. Yeah, that's why so it's like, if he spent 2 off seasons, like go to wherever Ed is. If he in Miami, go there. Get you a little Airbnb. Go to and
just watch film with him at least. You know what I'm saying?
Watch film with him, bro, and like spend time with the greatest. Because that Ed is probably the greatest safety all time, bro.
Oh, 1000%. And I think he'd be dangerous, because every time Ed caught, he was a threat to take it back.
That's what it is.
Downs got that ability too.
Yeah,
people don't on the film. I saw him. He was actually fielding punts at Ohio State, and
he was fielding punts and returning kicks.
Downs might be more athletic than Ray, bro. I mean Ed, bro. He might. So
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting to see, and I'm excited for camp because, like I said, it's right here. And now with the players that we talked about, it's gonna be good because now it's here, right? It's done with the talk, and now the pad's gonna be on. No 7-7s, all no rookies might be here. Then the veterans gonna be here. Now it's time for it to really go down, and I'm just really appreciate y'all for the tour of duty on Wednesday. We're going to hit it tomorrow with Big Rome on Thursday tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be another fire show on the tour of duty. Big Game James, we going all through everybody. We're going to holler at it and have a great time with it like we did tonight. And I just want to thank both of y'all for blessing us, me and Producer G, Big Game James Show, with y'all's football knowledge, the love, friendship, all that good stuff. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the good talking that was going on, the good football noise that was in there. Shout out to my boo thing. I see you in there trying to get that money for us. Appreciate you because we got to get bread too. So I appreciate you, boo thing, for doing that. But I appreciate both of y'all guys for coming in, man. Thank you for taking the time out when I hit
Before you close me out, I did want to plug a couple of things because me and you great. we great minds, and I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I'm spending the time also with my content creator brother. So my internet was tripping. I had Foots and I had Tuck today. I couldn't do it because of the internet. Um, but we got Rome coming up Monday, Scott coming up. I got Lando coming up. Um, some other people that I'm working on, but in the content space. So me and Big, I love what we doing, man, where we kind of keeping it in the family this time. Cause usually me and you, we pull media people around this time. I didn't really
It's family time.
yeah, I wanted to kind of spend time with the family on this one, like this dead period. And then obviously me and Lugo always do work, and then and obviously Hen and Landlord. So we on the same campaigns in terms of keeping it in the family. So make sure y'all follow Big Game James because I love the collabs with all the brothers. That happens because we got good relations, bro. You know that like when you can go pull a law and you go pull these people do that because they trust you. You know what I'm saying? And some people ain't answered it because probably I ain't built enough trust yet with them. And that's fine. Over time you will, if it's meant to be. But for those who already, said that yes, y'all be on the lookout as well. For me and Big, we doing the same thing. I'm calling it keep it real. So everybody that I do this with, I'm calling it to keep it real. And like we did today, we kept it straight real. As me and Big or I was doing, my last thing I want to say is this. The final word will be back. We'll be back for the season for sure. It's it's gonna be better. It's gonna be doper than ever. I don't know if it's gonna be weekly. That's a big commitment, and I know we all got a lot going. But you go see the final word. It's gonna be back, and it's gonna be dope. I just want to put that out there right now that the final word has not died. It's better than ever, and it's gonna be back and better than ever. So I just want to put that out there. Me and Big been talking about it. Me and Law been talking about it, and the OC we've been talking about it. So, but we want to make sure we bring it back right and doper than ever, and it will be. I promise you that.
For sure. For sure. Well, hey, it's time to go to bed out here. So, man, with that being said, Big Game James, my dog Lou Diamonds, boss, show me Cowboys, producer G, you know what he did. We'll be talking to you soon tomorrow on that tour of duty. Peace.